Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Woo, woo, woo. Come on in. Have a seat. Pour up a cup of truth. Yeah. Names on the corkboard wall, red lines cutting through, cold files on the counter, old lies in the air. Everybody got a story, we just see what's there. Seeking that justice, digging every day. Every little rumor, every word they say. Nothing but nonsense spinning around this town. We break it down, turn it all around. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot cup of truth, let it stay. We don't buy that script. Say we're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground. Late night black coffee, eyes on the page. Somebody trying to profit from somebody else's pain. Clickbait headlines, dancing on the screen. We cut through the chat to get back to what it means. Who wins, who bleeds, who's hiding the stain, who's laughing on the way to the bank off your pain. We chase that truth like a car in the rain. If the trail go cold, we light it up again. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot cup of truth, let it say. We don't buy that script, they say. We're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground. Is it justice? Or just a show? Are they chasing the truth or chasing the glow in this room? We call that bluff, cause people ain't episodes that you binge and forget. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot cup of truth, let it stay. We don't buy that script, they say. We're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground. Here it comes, on the scene. Heavy step, you know what it means. Zyre, what does he mean? Says there's a cover-up, nothing is clean. Names on his tongue, drips like gasoline. Lay tar on the tip, crooked and mean. Files in the stack, dust in the light. He been connecting that thread all night. They laugh at the talk, call it a plat, but he got timestamps. He got the dots, Zyre on the scene. Pull the mask, show the screen. It's all dirty, nothing clean. He the man, read between. Bring him down, brick by brick. Lay tar looking real slick. He gon' spit. Ready or not, when it drops, gonna be hot. So hot, so hot. On the sand, on the sand. Hey, so, hey, conspiracy, oh no, he's not. He just points straight at the right. Paper trails twist, money runs thin. Every fake smile shows through the grin, educating us all, line by line. Look right here, you see that sign? They tried to hide, tried to erase, but it got back up in every place. Ray on the scene, pull the mask, show the screen. It's all dirty, nothing clean. He the man, read between. Bring him down, brick by brick. Lay tar looking real slick. He gon' spit. Ready or not, when it drops, gonna be hot. So hot, so hot. On the scene, on the scene. your thing. They can run, but he still sing. Every lie has a cost. Every trail gets crossed. Whether they like it, storm gon' start. Thunder hit hard. Truth in the dark. Zare on the scene. Pull the mask, show the screen. It's all dirty, nothing clean. He the man, read between. Bring him down, brick by brick. Lay tall, looking real slick. He gon' spit. Ready or not, when it drives, gonna be high. Yeah, yeah. Little man on the scene trying to sound real tough. Standing on a stool, still ain't tall enough. Reaching for the counter like daddy pick me up. Wants his lukewarm brew in his favorite sippy cup. Baby pain, stomp those socks. Tiny little sneakers, big boy talk. Puffs that chest, can't lift the lock. Bangs on the door till the hinges pop. Baby pain, just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pain, wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge. Yeah. Poor little guy ain't got one friend. Crying to his mama, why's it all gotta end? Why? Tears on the floor. Kicks his legs, then he's back for more. Fake mean mug with the jelly on his chin. Throws one punch, then he runs back in. Hides behind mom when the world swings back. Wants big boots, still rocking snags. Baby pay. Just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pay. Wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in charge. Stomping up and down, red face, small frame. Tiny little storm trying to make it rain. Wah, that's his war cry. Big boy dreams in a shirt size 5. Baby pay. Just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pay. Wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in charge.
All right. Oh, welcome back to the cafe, guys. It's great to see you guys today. I hope you're having an amazingly beautiful day because you deserve no less. Welcome to all the beautiful people. Welcome to all the beautiful meatballs. I appreciate you all jumping in the sauce with us today because we're spilling some sauce today. There was a big old drop of documents. WSU dropped a whole load of stuff. We're going to be breaking down the important parts, in my opinion, of that. There's a lot of junk in there. I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm going to look for the important things and break those down, discuss those with you all today. For those of you that want to be here for it, we appreciate you very much. So please make sure, guys, on the way through the door, you kick that like button, share it out, and let everybody know what we're doing. And, well, you know what comes next. So let's do it and get this thing moving. Thank you all for being here. Here we go.
flicker like broken halos. Whispers gather in the smoke-filled air. Tables carved with secrets and shadows. Every story's a wound laid bare. The kettle's boiling with a restless rage. Justice written on an unseen page. I sip the silence, bitter taste, waiting for the ghosts to show their face. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. Mirrors cracked, reflections are liars. Ashes fall where the guilty once stood. The jukebox hums like a funeral choir. Echoes pounding through the neighborhood. Every scar is a candlelit vow. We hug the how, we demand the now. No more silence, no more disguise. We'll paint the night with sharpened cry. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. This is not a sermon, it's a battlefield hymn, a requiem dripping from the bottle's rim. The guilty write stories in invisible ink, but we'll drag it all up from the edge of the break. At the TruCrime Cafe, the reckoning burns like a black bouquet. Every shadow will pay. In the TruCrime Cafe.
All right. Welcome back. Great to see you all today. I hope you're all having an amazingly beautiful day. Like I said earlier, you all deserve that and so much more. Great to see you all today, guys. All right. Come on in, guys. Grab a seat. Get comfortable, please. And thank ya. Fill up your cup with whatever it may be. We got a large WSU document drop today. And I'm going to be breaking down the better parts of it. There was a lot of junk in there, I guess you could call it, that there's no reason to talk about. So we're going to be going through the stuff that's a little bit more important, I should say. So I hope you're here for it. There's one thing in there. I think Jules even put a video out on it. That's real important, folks. It's proof that Brian Koberger was not fired as they claimed he was before the date that they said. They trespassed him on the 30th of December, basically the day that he was arrested. That's all they did was trespass him. And it was stated, and I'll show you the document. In the document, it's stated like it's a temporary thing until things are dealt with per se. So kind of pathetic. They're another lie thrown out into the open to see for your own eyes. So there we go. Come on in, come on in. It looks like we got 65, 66 peeps, 36 likes. You guys are doing amazing with that. Thank you so very much. Please make sure to hit the like button when you come through the door. Share it out, and we will jump into this. Thank you to the moderators for jumping in. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy Friday. It is Friday, 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 Friday.
Friday.
Yes, the weekend is here. So good to see you all. So good to see you all. Let's see who we got joining us today. It looks like Miss Gen 7. Welcome back, dear. Always happy to have you here. Sausage biscuits. One of my favorites. Good to see ya. Love me some sausage biscuits. God, I could eat them morning, noon, or night. Love it, love it. But not you, of course, because you're just awesome. Thank you for being here with us. Mr. Randy Purr, my brother from another mother. Great to see you, sir. Let me see. Bariqua 50. Welcome to you. Friday, Friday, Friday. Yes. It is Friday. Alicia JLA, welcome back to you, dear. Teresa, good to see ya. One Maiden Nut. Eddie's in the house. Eddie. What's up, buddy? Micro Dot, welcome back to you. Great to see ya. For those of you guys that were over supporting Miss Kim in her awesome show today, I really appreciate it and loved seeing you all there as always. I hope everybody hit the like button before they left there. It is great to see you all. Miss Paula, the positive one's in the house. Great to see you, Paula. Thank you for being here. Sleuther75 dancing her way in as always. Great to see you. Moto Man, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Let me see here. Who do we have here? Tomboy Charm, welcome back to you, dear. Ms. Mamakins, great to see ya. Scully is in the house.
Gang, gang.
Thank you. Miss Tandy popped in for a minute just before she had to go back to work. Great to see you, Miss Tandy. Third Apache, welcome back to you. Let's see. Cheryl Mims, welcome back. Great to see you as always. Jacqueline Keeley, you as well. Thank you for joining us. Angela Stones, welcome to you. Great to see you today. Blue Devil, welcome. Give him some toys and shut that door. That's right. Keep the little guy busy. Keep the little guy busy in his shirt size 5. He'll be good to go. Baby Pain. Fire Stars, great to see you. Welcome from the UK. Wonderful to have you here. Ocean Waves, great to see you, sir. Ma'am, sorry. My apologies. I was getting ready to say something else because Randy said something, but Lisa Winchester, good to see you. Lizzie Turtleballs, welcome back to you. Beth Wagner, always pause. Always great to see you. Sorry about that. I don't know what I was talking too fast again. Sleuthy Kitty Meow Meow, great to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. Let me see. SRBBBB.
SRBBB. Baby Pain is in the house.
Moonflower, welcome back to you. Great to see you, dear. Angie B, welcome to you. Let me see. So. DKM, welcome to you. Buffalo Chick, welcome back. Come on in, grab a seat, get comfortable. I promise you guys something too. We will be at some point covering other cases. I know some of you don't want to, but we will be. This can't go on forever and ever. Every time I feel like we're going to jump somewhere else, they drop something else. Wonderful to see you too, Moonflower. Always happy to have you here. The one and only Mert. Welcome to you. Love your name. So. Come on in. Just give it. I'm trying to give it a few minutes to get everybody in here before we get moving. I don't want anybody backwards on this. That way we can all stay together with it. That's all. The one and only, is this an early everyday? Well, unfortunately, one and only. Thank you for that, Sluther. Um, I roughly stay around the same time. I usually go on directly after Kim with typically unique if everything works out for me. But typically, yeah, I do. Usually right after Kim, depending on how long her show is, I go right behind her. Um, almost almost like clockwork. So unless I have something going on in my life or in with my internet or something like the other day when I had to do that later show. But I do, and I always have done late shows too, depending on what's going on. For years, I actually did my later shows um, more than I did the earlier ones. I even did a morning show for a while, but everybody seemed kind of bored with that. So we moved on. But this is roughly around anywhere between, 12:30 to 3 is probably my regular timing. The Canadian cat lady, welcome to you, dear. Good to see ya. Let me see here. So talk to me like I'm a dummy. Is WSU being sued? Yes. No. That is not what we're looking at, Alicia. This is which I thought the same thing. I think this stuff is dropped possibly because of the lawsuit. But no, this is in relation to the Idaho 4 investigation stuff. So it's weird that they came out at this point. Yes, because of the WSU lawsuit. You know what I mean? So yeah, welcome Michelle. Good to see you. Stephen Fillmore, welcome back, my brother. Absolutely, no worries. I try to help as much as I can when people have questions. I do try to wait sometimes when we start our shows to make sure everybody's in here so that they don't miss out on things we're talking or covering. Um, you too, one and only. I appreciate you very much. Very much. 100 people already, guys. That's awesome. 53 likes. Let's try to make that match if we can. Even if you're just watching from the hallway, guys, hit that like button. You're so very much appreciated. Thank you again to my production manager, The Last 24, my videographer, Molly Drake, for making these things happen, and to all of my amazing and wonderful moderators for doing what they do and being here day after day to help me with this. You guys are amazing. Noni McPop and wonderful to see you, dear. Hope you're doing well. We've missed you. By the way, yeah, Kim's show, Miss Kim's show, she usually joins me on a regular basis. Not every time, but regularly she shows up over here. Um, it's called Typically Unique, is the name of her show. We usually have that link in here at some point dropped for you. Okay, let me see. Deb Tutro, welcome to you. Janice Steiner, welcome. And thank you for number one towards our chat today already. That's amazing. And God bless. Very much appreciated. Very gracious of you. Yeah, Randy said her chat link is in chat. Thank you, guys. Let's see. A lot of things have changed in a short period of time. It happens. Yeah, that's what this is, what we're talking about, Buffalo. These are the new Idaho 4 documents. They're coming from the WSU side of things, though. That's exactly what we're talking about. I'm doing a breakdown on the more important stuff. Like Jules had said in her one video, there's a lot of junk in here. So I'm not going to go through everything, guys, because it takes forever. There's a lot that they drop. A lot of it is absolutely of no importance, truly and honestly. So, Jesse Lynn, what's happening, girlfriend? Good to see you. Come on in. Come on in. 105 peeps, 57 likes. We're getting there. Yeah, let me look. Also, while we're in here, I'm going to go check our COSI link in Idaho itself. Because usually when we get dumps from one place, we get dumps from another place. It has happened to me in the past. I'm gonna do that while we're here with you, while we're waiting on everybody to jump in. I'll pull that up real quick and look too. We need to get they owe us documents from there anyway. They took them back from us because they screwed up, and here we are again. Thank you, Sleuther, for that. So let's check the 26th. Yeah, holy shit, there is. All right, the amended order of restitution. Order amending order of restitution. Order remotion to amend the restitution. Defendant's response to the state's motion to amend restitution and the state's request for decision without a hearing. So I'm going to hit those and show you guys those two while we're in here. Kind of important in my opinion. I see that, Tomboy. Thank you, dear. Yes, we do have those. I'll show you all of those too. So we got a 2-for-1 today. Thank you, Sleuther. Again, anybody, please understand that anybody that chooses to support our channel financially, per se, it is never expected, whether it's through Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, but it's always appreciated to any of you that choose to do that for multiple reasons. It helps to keep my bills paid, to pay the stuff to run this show day after day after day. And YouTube doesn't take their percentage out of that stuff. It goes directly to me to do this kind of stuff. All of it. So thank you for anybody that chooses to do that, and or the Amazon wish list stuff like that. Always helps to keep this stuff moving because we always need to replace pieces of equipment, and it keeps me in coffee, which keeps me moving right along. That is my fuel. So thank you guys, and I love all of you for every bit of your support. Most importantly, the people that come in here, hit the like button, and say hi to me day after day. That's the most important support and the one that I care the most. So thank you. Live life to the fullest. Welcome. Good to see you. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, this will be the first thing I hit. There's smaller things to review, but this is the new docs that just dropped on the Ada County side of things right here. And then we'll go to the WSU stuff, okay? Because that stuff was a little different, but these will be quick and easy. Margaret, welcome back. Good to see you. My nice hot coffee, because my brother Scully sent me my coffee cup warmer that keeps this coffee hot like it's fresh every time I take a drink. Thank you for that again, brother. I love you. And I love my coffee warmer because I love my coffee. And if anybody wants to check it out, we do have some new stuff that we just added to the merch shop. Cassie's been busy in there. Go check that stuff out if you will. The link is in chat for that. As well as if anybody wants to become a meatball and jump into sauce with the rest of us, that's how you do it right there. Thank you to Sleuther from that link right there, dear. Or guys, yes. We do have those. We have the Stanley cups in there too. I have a couple different new mugs and Stanley, the cups that are like this. We have those. We have all sorts of stuff in there, guys. Yeah, the merch she's doing a great job in there. Cassie's amazing. We do have a Discord too. If any of the mods want to drop the Discord link for anybody that wants to jump in there with us, please do. Teddy 1111 reflection, welcome. All right. Come on in, everybody. Please and thank ya. 120 people in the house. Make sure to hit that like button, guys. Let's make those match. Please and thank ya. Oh, well, that's very sweet of you, one and only. Thank you so much. You're amazing. I appreciate the thought very much so. Every one of you guys, we do truly appreciate all of you guys for being here and supporting our channels the way you do. We wouldn't be here without any of you. That's a fact. Thank you, Sluther. That is the Amazon wish list if anybody should choose to support us in that aspect. There's plenty of things in there that I could definitely use to keep doing this. Please check it out if you want. And if you don't, no worries. Just know it is all appreciated. And Noni, happy Dagoversary on 34 months. Wow. That's awesome. We love you, Noni, and I appreciate you very much as well. If you'd like to join the Discord, he's going to drop the link for anybody that would like to. Plenty of room in there. There it is right there. Thank you, SRB. Appreciate you. All right, Microdot. Good to see you here today. Thank you for being here. So I told you guys last week that the case summary changed. That there was something going on with restitution again. Good Lord, have mercy. More restitution issues. So we're gonna jump into that first. Okay, I'm gonna go through that stuff first, and then the WSU stuff. Amended order of restitution. So the last time we looked at the case summary, Brian Koberger owed somewhere over $300,000 in this case to the families, to the courts, to everything. Okay. I have no idea what this was about. None of us did. It just told us that they were going to be doing something with it. So we're going to find out. On August 26th of 2025. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on. Not quite yet. Give me one more second. Okay. On August 26th of 25, the parties stipulated that the defendant owes a restitution to the victim, Jeffrey Kirk Kernodle, that's Dana's dad, of Avondale, Arizona, in the amount of $8,843.03. Based on the state's motion to amend order of restitution, Crime Victims Compensation Program has paid the amount of $5,000 to Jeffrey Kirk Kernodle and is subrogated in that amount. Now, therefore, said order of restitution is hereby amended and the judgment is hereby entered. Pursuant to Idaho Code 19-5304-5305 against the defendant and in favor of Jeffrey Kernodle in the amount of $3,843. So, what has happened is this was the initial amount, $8,843. The Victims Compensation Program paid $5,000 to that. So what is left for Brian to pay is $3,843. So that's all. I kind of had an idea that there was something like that. And somebody said, somebody must have paid something. So that's what's happened. Okay. So that's what the restitution issues have been about. Welcome, Smiling Sleuth. Good to see you today. And that does make perfect sense. Okay. It does. Um, so there is that one. And that's only as of now. That's for Jeffrey Kirk, which is, or Jeffrey Kernodle, which is Xana's dad. Crime and Chaos. Good to see you. Always happy to have you guys here. Yeah, it's a small percentage. So basically 300K is going to take 600. Yeah, I know. I know, Ange. It's crazy. It is cray cray for show. Thank you. And yeah, please, guys, what Sluther just said, please just leave a little DNA here on that like button. I promise you, it will not get sent off to Othram. That's a fact. Let's see. The court has to provide one of these every time a payment is right, Cheryl. Exactly. And they need to so that we know that we get 100% transparency about that. So Idaho Department of Corrections cannot take more than 15% for restitution. Right. Um, uh, if they get jobs in prison, Michelle, or if, for instance, like if Brian were to write a book and he gets paid, say, $1 million for the book, whatever he owes for restitution comes out of that $1 million, percentage wise, a percentage of it will come out of that until it's paid off. So that's how that works with them because a lot of them don't, have the ability to make those payments. So, okay, he took the plea, so he has to pay this money. If he is innocent and hopefully appeal, why would he pay? He has no choice. He has no choice, Love and Other Habits, even if he's innocent, because he took the plea, because he's in prison. He has no choice. Now, if in turn they can prove that he's innocent, that's going to have to be refunded to him at some point, and then some. I understand that. So, but as of right now, yes, he has to pay this, and he's liable for it. Sorry, until and only if they can prove his innocence. Yeah, he still ends up with a percentage of money, and he still does get commissary. They can only take so much from him from prison. So, welcome, Yvonne. Good to see you. Because there's nothing you can. They won't allow it. It's something that's going to happen regardless. Okay, but none of this is like honest to God. Like he's paid nothing out of his own pocket towards this. So, at some point when this is overturned, okay, that'll just be void. And if he does end up paying anything personally for this, it'll be refunded to him at some point. That's all. So, moving on to the next one, the amended order of restitution. Again, this is the uh, another one towards Jeff Carnoodle, stating the same thing. That was the amended order. This one is. Why are there so many of these for the same thing? So this must have happened just for them. Nobody else has been paid yet. As far as like Ethan, Kaylee, or Maddie, it's just been Xana's family. That's another one that's the same thing. So what this states here, this is um, order remotion to amend restitution. I should have read these backwards, okay? Before the court is the state's amended motion to amend order of restitution from March 20th of 2026. The motion amends the motion to amend order of restitution. So that's all this was a motion for it. Welcome, Yvette. Good to see you today. Hi, Norman's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. That's all this is, guys. Not a lot of anything with these documents, okay? So this one is 1 minute. The defendant's response to the state's motion to amend restitution. This is interesting. This will be a little more interesting. So, comes now Brian C. Koberger by and through his attorneys of record and hereby responds to the state's motion to amend the order of restitution filed with the court on March 19th of 26. Pursuant to Idaho Code 195304-6, restitution remained open for 60 days after Koberger was sentenced in July 23rd of 25. The state now seeks to amend the order to correct a recipient of restitution. Mr. Koberger would note that this correction became necessary only after the expiration of the extended period granted by the court. Mr. Koberger questions the court's jurisdiction to amend the restitution order, but defers to the court's wisdom. So there's that. Janice, welcome to the sauce, dear. Wonderful to have you on board and in the family. Congrats, as well as Pine Norman. Welcome to the sauce, my brother. Wonderful to have you in the sauce as well. I hope I'm right with my brother thing. And if not, my apologies. Either way, it's wonderful to have you both in the family. We appreciate you very much. Yeah, Jeff is Xana's dad. Correct. Jeff Kernodle. Yes, yes. That's the only one that has received this payment from the victims fund so far, at least that we've seen. At some point, hopefully, we get the documentation from the rest. Okay, maybe that's the thing is they're not all filed within the courts yet. What's up, Senor Vazowski? They want $78 to start looking for the 2 footage. What does that mean, Senor? What footage? Huh. Gotcha, bro. Oh, Linda Lane. I'm sorry. I didn't have my glasses on. I should have looked a little closer. Wasn't this connected to restitution to pay families for travel costs? No. That was the last hearing they had on restitution at that point. This is different. This is different. It's all crazy to me, but this is the request for the decision for a decision to be made without a hearing from the state, which I told you guys was coming. Comes now, State of Idaho, by and through Latah County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and pursuant to Rule 5.3 of the local rules of the District Court Magistrate Division for the 4th Judicial District Court. Respectfully request that the court decide the state's amended motion to amend order of restitution filed herein on the 20th of March of 26 without having a hearing. Which, it makes sense. You don't need a whole damn hearing for this, but that's just my opinion. And that's it, you guys. That is it. Those are the new documents. That's all they were talking about. That were dropped here. And let me go back and double check something too. They've been hiding things back here that we don't even realize until you go look. I usually look at this once or twice a day. We still haven't gotten those documents back that they made the mistakes on, the unredacted versions of it. So I don't know why they're sitting on them, but okay, this is the one we just looked at last week. That's the only new one. Nothing else has been come out that's new. Okay. All right. So I think it's strictly for funeral costs, cremation costs, errands, celebrations of life. They had much money they had to put into doing that. Yeah, I got you. What's wrong now? What are you yelling for, SRB? It was, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. This was for funeral costs. My apologies. I guess I was wrong. Um, you yelling for SRB? Oh, okay. Right. Hold on here. There's a link. The link for the documents there for Idaho. All right, let me move this over. Okay. So that's okay. It was really nothing. Just a restitution change based on a payment made. And this is the stuff it was. I knew that already for the funeral costs. That's right. I do remember that. My apologies. From before. The last hearings that they had on restitution is what I was talking about. Okay. All right. No, I didn't freeze. I was just being super quiet, super still. Sorry. Here we go. I might have froze because I jumped out of here for a minute to go pull this, and that happens every time you leave here. So sorry about that. All right. So this is just there's some stuff in here. Before this though, there's really not much of anything. Um, welcome Turkey Creek. Good to see you today. Italian girl, welcome back to you. That's a good point. Nothing. Truly and honestly, nothing. They do nothing if he doesn't pay. I get it. You know. All right. I think I got everybody that I just saw pop in here. Okay. All right. Hold on. Yeah. See, this just shows the basic search warrant, application warrant, and inventory. This is generic version of this. Whitman County Superior Court application for the search warrant. This was when they went to Brian Koberger's apartment to run the search warrant. Okay. Don Daniels did all that. Um, says I, Don Daniels, Assistant Chief, WSUPD, declare that I have personal knowledge of the matters herein and or am relying on witness statements. Hold on. A little too big. There we go. Welcome, Moonlight. Good to see you, dear. um, inform provided by my fellow officers, including fellow officers from the state of Idaho. Reports and other material I have gathered in my investigation, and that I am competent to testify to the matters stated herein. Yeah, there's audio out on these two guys. There's audio, phone calls. There's a bunch of stuff that's come out. We're gonna go through that type of stuff, all of this stuff that we can. Um, a lot of, like I said, a lot of it's just junk stuff that nobody's gonna care to hear. So I will avoid that stuff because it really has no bearing on anything to make any difference. So, um, on the basis of the following, I believe there is a probable cause. Now, this is obviously older. That Brian Koberger has committed the crimes of murder first degree, and those are the Idaho codes, and burglary. in Moscow, Idaho, and that evidence of those crimes, contraband, the fruits of a crime, or things otherwise criminally possessed, weapons or other things by means of which crime has been committed or reasonably appears about to be committed, is located in, on, at, or around about the following described premises, vehicle, or person. And they're talking about the apartment located at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment G201, Pullman, Washington. Okay. And then it says the 1630 North Valley Road is a 3-story multiple occupancy apartment building in Pullman, which is tan, white, in color. So that's Brian Koberger's apartment when they served the warrant, is all it states. The affiant is I'm a police officer at Washington State University Police Department. And have been so employed since July 20th of 98. I attended and successfully completed the 440-hour Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission's Basic Law Enforcement Academy. This just gives our background. And Moscow, and these are the persons providing the information. Listed as 1, Moscow, Idaho Police Sergeant Dustin Blaker. Sergeant Blaker's sworn statement is attached here to as Exhibit A, and hereby incorporated in this application for search warrant. Sergeant Blaker identifies his experience and training in this statement, so on and so forth. Okay. So he was, from my understanding, the only one of rank that was there with her when they did this on his apartment. The investigation side to this says I was contacted by MPD officers and asked to assist their investigation into the recent murder of 4 people in Moscow, Idaho. Sergeant Blaker of the Moscow Police Department has developed probable cause to believe that a resident of Whitman County, Brian Koberger, committed the murders and burglary. I agree with Sergeant Blaker's statement that there is probable cause to believe that Koberger committed the murders and burglary. There is a probable cause to believe that the evidence of those crimes will be located in Koberger's apartment at 1630 Northeast Valley Road in Pullman. I'm seeking this search warrant to search that apartment. The probable cause is described in detail in the attached Exhibit A, sworn statement of Sergeant Blaker, which is hereby incorporated herein by this reference, just as if fully set forth here. Excuse me. Based on all the foregoing information, I believe, and I'm going to show you this warrant search too, okay, or this warrant serving too. For those of you that may not have seen this, because I know there's some newer people here, I'm going to run the video of when they served the warrant on Brian's apartment so you guys can see it too. Because there was nothing found. Nothing, okay? Just so you guys know. This is crazy to me too, but based on all the foregoing information, I believe the evidence of the above listed crime exists at the above described location, and there is probable cause to search that location for evidence of the above listed crimes, including blood or bodily fluid, human tissue, skin cells, or items with blood or other bodily fluid or human tissue or skin cells on the item. Knives, sheaths, or other sharp tools, including any dagger, dirk, or sword, and any written indicia of ownership of same, including sales receipts. None of which was found. None, 0, 0, 0. Exactly, Moto. Any images, whether digital or on paper or any other format, which show Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonsalves, Xander Kernodle, Madison Mogan, Bethany Funk, or Dylan Mortensen, and or the house at 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, and or its surrounding neighborhood. And again, nothing was found. Clothing, including but not limited to dark shirts, dark pants, mask, shoes with diamond pattern sole. Nope. Also, trace evidence including DNA from blood or skin cells or other source fingerprints, hair, whether human or animal dog. Nope. Nothing that connected him. Data compilations, whether digital, electronic, or on paper, other formats, showing an interest in or planning of murder, violent assault, stabbing, and or cutting of people, and data compilations showing details of the 1122 King Road house, its location, and or any information about Ethan Chapin, Kaylee, Xana, Madison, Bethany, or Dylan, and data compilations showing the location of Brian Koberger or the cell phone number of blank on November 13th, 22. I'm not going to put that out, but it's out. It's already been out there, including Wi-Fi logs and data or metadata associated with photos, social media posts, or applications on cell phones or computer towers, laptops, tablets, as example, but not intended to be an exclusive list of data compilations. Um, there was nothing. There was nothing found in that apartment, folks. Nothing. Nothing of any substance, I should say. They did find stuff. They thought. And guess what? It meant nothing. And you would think 4 people were murdered. 4. Not 1, not 5, but 4. 4 people. That's a lot of DNA. And this man committed this crime and found a way to do it without taking even just a hair or a skin cell back to his apartment? No way. Nope. Nothing at all. Yep. That's right, Eddie said. Just a pizza cutter. That's it. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to shrink this down real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pin the link if anybody wants to join me up here to discuss these things. As we do, break this down, you're welcome to. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. So if you feel like it, come on up. 1 minute here. Let me pull this back up now. Where did you go? Where the hell is it? What did I just do? Hold on a minute, you guys. Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties here. Here we go. All right. And oh my God. Why is this doing this to me today? One more time, we're going to try this. Good Lord have mercy. Why is this doing this? Oh, what's up, buddy? How are you today? Can you hear me okay?
Not too bad, Dago. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Appreciate you joining me.
I tried to watch that video Pav released about all the new documents, but I fell asleep halfway through.
Yeah, it's hard to go through some of this. Like I said, I looked through some of it, and of course, because I have an amazing team of people, they had gone through it and said, you really don't want to look through this. You really don't want to look through that. Nobody wants to see this. This is where you want to go through it. So that's what we're doing. Welcome, Lucy. You got some explaining to do. Good to see you, dear. I'm talking about a pizza cutter that comes with a sheath, huh? Oh, my God. Gotta love it. Anyway, let me pull this back up. All right, hold on. This was not cooperating with me. Here we go. Okay. Yes, we did. We had an amazing meeting this morning in there. Broke some stuff down. We do this daily, so we know what we're doing. So yeah. All right, back to this. Any comments about any of this, Moto, before I go any further? or
No,
questions?
like I said, I haven't really seen too much. I fell asleep, so it's still all gonna
I
be
got
brand
you.
new to me.
Yeah, I know. I got you. All right, back down here. So far, what we've learned from this document already is that there's absolutely nothing that they went in and they, Don Daniels figured probable cause told her that they were going to find all sorts of stuff in Brian Koberger's apartment there in Pullman. She got a warrant. They went out, and again, I'll pull the video and show you. Okay. At some point, even Don Daniels is on video on body cam showing she's calling a judge, trying to get a judge's signature on this warrant. That's a little off-putting to me, but hey, it is what it is.
At this point in the case, was it still that lady judge or was it judge at this point?
This was judge. I think it was judge by that point, dude. I think. I'm pretty sure it was. I think Marshall had already signed off of this. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was judge by this point. And she was trying to get, and he's an Idaho judge, mind you. She was trying to get a judge, I can't remember his name, out of Washington to sign off on this. So, and he did over the phone. Basically says, just this is how my name is spelled. This is what you do. Just write this in, so on and so forth, which I still think is a little shady, but it is what it is. They do what they want, how they want. Yeah, I don't eat it. It is whatever. So, um, so I got through this part here. All that intended to be an exclusive list of company with data lists, books and notes, letters, calendars, address books, contact lists, diaries, tapes, photographs, videos, emails, text messages, social media, posts and messages, and metadata associated therewith. Electronic digital devices or digital storage devices which may contain any of the above data compilations, including cell phones, computer towers, laptops, tablets, external hard drives, CD, DVD, thumb drives, or other data storage devices. This includes any device that may contain evidence of other accounts associated with this device, including email addresses, social media, messaging apps, accounts, and other accounts that may be accessed through the digital device that will aid in determining the possessor user of the device. Now, when we went and watched this video at the point in time that they were serving this warrant, they did find Brian left things there. Quite a few things, important, expensive things in some aspects, which told me immediately he was coming back. Okay. He was coming back. The man left a full size flat screen TV with a Fire Stick connected to it. I have one. We mostly all have one of those. He left a computer tower, a very expensive looking computer tower there, and monitor and all that stuff there. So if you killed 4 people and you're planning on leaving and disappearing and losing your job, probably, would you leave that shit there when you leave to go home for vacation?
Absolutely not.
Not in my opinion, bud. Just saying. So therefore, in turn, the man knew, in my opinion, he didn't do this. He had no reason to worry about this. He left the stuff there because he was going home for the holidays and he was coming back afterwards to go back to work, back to his life that he had gotten and changed new license plates for, mind you, because he was becoming a permanent resident of Washington, because that's what he was doing. Anybody that would kill 4 people is not going to look forward into the future that way to plan a life knowing that they killed 4 people, in my opinion. Okay? It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. So, just saying. Welcome, Blue-Eyed Butterfly. Good to see you. So, again, all of the blah, 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 blah stuff. This is all the stuff they were looking for that they believe they were going to find to aid in what they believe they accused him of doing. Evidence of use of the device to conduct internal internet searches relating to a review of other murders or a violent assault, stabbings, and or cutting of people, as well as how to avoid detection after the commission of such crimes. Details of the 1122 King Road house, its location, neighborhood, and or information about one or more of the victims: Ethan, Kaylee, Xana, and Maddie, Bethany Funk, or Dylan Mortensen, and they're listed in there as victims. That drives me nuts. But anyway, information that can be used to calculate the position of the device between the above dates, including location data, GPS satellite data, GPS coordinates for routes and destination queries between the above listed dates. App data or usage information and related location information, IP logs, or similar internet connection information, and images created and accessed or modified between the above listed dates together with their metadata and exif tags. Evidence of the identity of the person in possession of the device on or about any times that items of evidentiary value located pursuant to this warrant were created or modified. So anything that you could do or use in this situation. I'm not going to keep reading all this stuff. It all adds, guys. It just says passwords, phrase codes, fingerprints, anything whatsoever that could do that. And they found, with all of this and then some, they found absolutely nothing. The only thing that they found at Brian's apartment, which I'm sure, and which I saw the guilters try to use, but once you read it, you see that it has nothing to do with that. Is Brian's schoolwork, basically, papers he was writing, the books that he had, all these things, which proves that anything that was found on Brian's phone, computer, and this and that and everything else, all related to the the cloud forensic stuff that Brian was going to school for. Cases he was covering, writing papers on crimes that and capital crimes that end up with the death penalty and all sorts of different things, guys. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Hold on. I know what's going on. All right. Hopefully that helped it. Anyway, but that's where a lot of that's coming from, guys. Is that this was his schoolwork. This is what he went to school for. He looked into, studied on, wrote papers on, all of that. Every bit of that was because of his schooling. It didn't make him a killer. It doesn't make him weird, strange, odd, any of that. It just makes him a student that is studying criminology. End of story. Nothing but bullshit that they put out. So, sorry for the feedback, guys. It's coming. I'm going back through Moto's stuff, so I have to mute him when I talk. That's all. Hold on. Supplemental disclosure or read the DNA test. I've been informed by Detective Talbot of the Idaho State Police that November 13th, the sheath was recovered at the King Road residence under or next to the body of Madison Mogan. The Idaho State Crime Lab obtained a male DNA profile suspect from the sheath. This is also referred to in Sergeant Blaker's sworn statement. On December 27th, law enforcement officers in Pennsylvania recovered trash that originated from the Koberger family residence. The trash was sent to the Idaho Crime Lab for testing on December 28th. The Idaho State Lab reported that a DNA profile was obtained from the trash. It was compared to the suspect DNA profile. The lab personnel concluded that the source of the trash DNA profile was a male and was not being excluded as the biological father of the source of suspect DNA profile. At least 99.9998% of the male population would be expected to be excluded from the possibility of being the biological father of the source of suspect profile. This information being provided to the court pursuant to my duty and obligation to be fully candid with the court. I do not believe this information is exculpatory for the suspect. However, if the court believes it is exculpatory, then the court should consider this supplemental disclosure in its evaluation of the existence of probable cause or lack thereof. What a joke. But I am specifically asking the court to not consider this supplemental disclosure as evidence supporting the existence of probable cause. The reason for this request is that if the DNA test results are held inadmissible at some point, now, I got to ask you, I don't know if this is just protocol, standard, whatever, but why would you say this? Why would you even say or even think that they could be held inadmissible unless you knew something? And I think they knew something at that point. They knew this was not going to be that it wasn't done right. I'll just say that. Okay. So there's that. Again, my opinion. Um, sorry. Such a ruling would not impact the finding of the, so they're saying if these DNA test results are held inadmissible, please don't let that impact the finding of probable cause for this warrant. So long as this court is satisfied as to probable cause, regardless of the DNA test results. There, this is what I'm saying. I think right then and there, right there, they know this is not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay. They knew, in my opinion, again, they weren't going to find anything. So there's that, guys. And it's unsigned. This was the version of it, so on and so forth. Blah, 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 blah. That was his name. There it is. Judge Libby. The amendment was read to Judge Libby 12:30 of 22 at approximately 16:09, 4:09 in the afternoon, and recorded on body camera. That's the video I'm going to show you guys as soon as I find it and pull it up real quick. Okay? She's talking to his, that's who he was, Judge Libby. And it's kind of like, wow, you didn't go about this the right way either, in my opinion. So I'm missing the portion of this statement where they directly defined what the F their probable cause legitimacy was. It's back up here, sausage. They believe, I know I read it. Hold on. Actually, they don't. That's a good point. They don't really define it. I mean, did you hear anything, Moto, or anybody else that defines what her probable cause reason is?
No.
I didn't think so. This is her declaration right here as to why. Okay? She said she has personal knowledge of the matters herein and is relying on witness statements, information provided by fellow officers, including fellow officers from the Idaho State, reports and other material I've gathered in my investigation that I have become competent to testify to the matters herein. So this is where she's getting her probable cause basis from. Okay? There is none. There truly isn't. This is not real probable cause, in my opinion. On the basis of the following, she's saying that she believes there's probable cause that Brian has committed the crimes. Basis of the following. The basis of the fact that she has personal knowledge. So her basis is, this is driving me nuts, I'm sorry. Her basis of this is hearsay and word of mouth from other police officers and what she's calling witness statements and other police officer statements. Where's that at? I want to see those statements. I want to see your witness statements, and I want to see the fellow officers' statements, that affidavits that they gave to give you probable cause to do this. I mean, am I wrong for asking for that? I don't think so. If you had probable cause to serve this warrant, and you got whatever you got from these witness accounts and your other police officers, then you should have to show that. Am I wrong? I know it is a circular argument. I agree. We'll just keep talking in circles about it. But they should still have to show it. They should still have to show it as you would in anything. I agree with that, Meanie. After Turby's findings, yes. It seems like the sheath was placed there after heavier non-matching spatter occurred around it, and I'd like to see the sheath. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's it right there. How did she get that personal knowledge? She got that personal knowledge. This is what my argument with this is. Witness statements, okay, that we have not seen affidavits of, none anywhere. Somebody show it to me, because if you know where it's at, we need to look at it, and then I can say, okay, they don't exist. I don't think. And then also information provided by her fellow officers, including officers from Idaho State Police. Again, I want to see the affidavits of their statements. I want to see why that made you have probable cause. And again, I don't think these exist, you guys, because I've never seen any of this in any documentation. And if I've missed it, then that's my fault, but I've never seen it. Sausage says, if I'm not mistaken, the custody queens and Ron can clarify, but if you have to, but you have to legitimately have probable cause before you enter somebody's home. You do. You do. But you also, in my opinion, you can't just say that I have probable cause. You have to show that. Do you or do you not? If that's the case, where is it? Oh, Eddie, this is so vague. It's not even funny. And it makes no sense to me how this was allowed to go by any judge's eyes. Judge, I want to talk to Judge Leiby. Why did you allow this without seeing proof of probable cause, sir? You agreed to this over the phone because she said we have probable cause, Your Honor. I mean, I'm real uncomfortable because I've never seen it. And I want to know if I'm going to, you know what? Looks like Moto fell out the window. Welcome back, bud. I wonder if we can try to FOIA these documents, maybe. Because I don't think they exist. That's like saying that the person who lied told me another lie. Yeah, I know, exactly. Or somebody like saying, hey, I heard you got your hair cut, all your hair cut off and dyed it purple. Where's the proof? You know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it not uncommon for this to happen over the phone? It has, yeah. Yeah, it is. The point is where is the proof of probable cause? And I think that still needs to be made an issue. Yeah, we do. We have the phone PC hearing with John Daniels. Well, I heard it this morning before it got messed up. It is in it. Yeah. We'll find it. I'll play that for you too. A sausage says the same thing. You have to produce the actual probable cause. You can't just say it. I'll bring it to you in a couple days. I promise I have it. That's not the way that works. No, legally, it's not supposed to. They do what they want in this damn area. I believe, in my opinion, if this were challenged in court, they can't produce any of this. It would all be, yes, it would. Yes, it would. And I'm telling you, sausage, I guarantee you they couldn't produce this. I guarantee, unless they fabricate it, within a 24-hour period. That's all I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll pull that video too. In fact, hold on. Right here.
University Police Department.
Now that we've read this, I'm going to go ahead and let you hear this testimony towards this, okay? Thank you guys for reminding me. It is, Ange. All right, let's hear this real quick first.
And this is the University Police Department, and this is Assistant Chief Don Daniels, and I do have a recorder going.
All right, let's just state for the record, it is now 4:09 p.m. on December 30, 2022. This is Whitman County Superior Court Judge Gary Leiby on the record.
Listen to the dates on this too, you guys.
Would you please identify yourselves, and I'll place you under oath if whoever's going to testify about this.
It's Assistant Chief Don Daniels with WSU Police Department.
Okay, would you please state and spell your name for the record?
It's Don, D-A-W-N, Daniels, D-A-N-I-E-L-S.
And officer, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the following testimony will be true?
Yes, I do.
All right, please proceed.
Okay. On 123022, while serving a search warrant, number SW12292022A for Steptoe Apartment G201, we found a padlock round in shape in the living room closet. Based on my training experience, I recognize the padlock to be the shape of locks typically used on storage units. The lock is round in shape, and the design limits the ability for somebody to cut the lock off. A key matching the lock was also found in the living room in the TV stand next to the keys, which appear to be for the Wilson Short office, which we also have a search warrant for. I had Officer Kirshner contact the apartment coordinator, who confirmed there are storage closets available to residents located in some of the buildings, they're located in the same buildings as the laundry areas. Sergeant Petlevny went to the area and confirmed there's a storage closet with the address G201 written in black marker on the wood door. The storage closet is located in building F, as in Frank of Steptoe Apartments. The storage door is not locked and the door is slightly ajar. I believe the storage unit or closet was likely used by Koberger to store the items and likely access between the time of the murders and his travel to Pennsylvania, where he was later arrested. It is also believed the storage closet could contain or contains certain trace evidence listed in number 1 and number 5 of evidence to be seized in the above named search warrant. I can read those to you. Number 1 is blood or other bodily fluid or human tissue or skin cells or items with blood or other bodily or human tissue or skin cells on the items. Number 5, trace evidence including DNA from blood or skin cells or other source footprints, fingerprints, hair, whether human or animal or dog. I asked the judge, do you find there to be probable cause to believe the items, do you find there's probable cause to believe these items may be found in the storage unit? And do you authorize the search of the unit?
Okay, thank you, officer. Okay, the court hereby finds there is probable cause to search the aforesaid described storage unit for items as referenced in the search warrant, and there's probable cause, and the court hereby authorizes you to sign my name, Gary J. Livey, on a search warrant to enter the aforedescribed storage facility.
Okay. I have signed your name, and it is
G-A-R-Y.
Yep.
J is in James, L-I-B-E-Y.
Correct.
All right. Is there anything else, officer?
Currently, that's all I have.
All right. All right. So then we will conclude this hearing. You may terminate the recording. Please maintain and keep the recording for reference for the Whitman County prosecutor and any other agencies. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
There you go.
Rebecca?
So that was that. Now I'm going to pull the actual warrant serve and show you guys real quick. 1 second. One minute. Any questions, Moto or anybody while we're looking at this, pulling this up?
No, I'm good.
Okay. The funny thing with all this, guys, they found absolutely nothing. And she was positive she was going to find stuff in that storage closet. Nothing. Nothing. Again, December 30th, the same day, I believe, well, yeah, basically, that Brian was arrested. from the 29th into the 30th. So here you go. And make sure that you can see it. There's not much here, guys. They redacted so much of this. And it shouldn't be at this point now, in my opinion. But hey, you know what they do. All right, here we go.
Go. Yeah.
Police department search warrant. Come to the door.
They know he's not there also. So this is a good show.
Police department search warrant. Come to the door. Good.
One more.
Police department search warrant. Come to the door.
Open the door and do an announcement.
Police department, show yourself. We have a search warrant for the building. Police department, show yourself. You're good, dude. Go back inside. Yep. No lights. No lights. Flashlights?
Flashlights.
Watch how much of this they redact.
Talbot. The bedroom door is locked. He wants to boot it.
Yeah.
You're at 302. You can clear the air.
You need anything? Your clipboard?
No, I'm good. He's got it. Thank you, guys. Huh?
Just one locked door?
Yeah. And we didn't boot it because the keys actually worked. What?
Oh, sweet. Oh, even better.
It's locked because there's only one option.
Later today, we're gonna.
I'll talk later.
There's
Yeah.
Blaker. And she doesn't want to hear her. She doesn't want to talk because she's on body cam. You heard her just say that. I'll play that back to you. Listen.
Oh, even better.
It's locked because there's only one option.
Later today, we're gonna.
I'll talk later. Yeah. And I'm still.
Thanks, guys.
I'm still recording unless you don't want me to. I'm just gonna read the warrant. Well, I'll go inside.
Yeah.
Because we've got crying.
Biggest thing that they just need to know what's the scope of it.
Do they want a copy of it?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're just gonna do a quick walkthrough, see what we can see. Are there lights on in there?
There are some. Yeah. And we can turn them all on.
Very good point, Deb. Awesome comment.
If you want a copy of the warrant, just so you can read it.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Hands in pockets, walking around.
Very sparse. Fancy computer.
Really?
Yes.
That I wasn't expecting. That's Mallory's gonna be all over that.
Fancy.
So he was told he
Welcome,
could
Sarah.
do a triage here, and then once he's packaged, we can't do anything until we get a warrant in Idaho for it.
Correct.
So he can triage it while we're still here.
Yeah. Yep. The technical specialist is authorized.
Hello, Miss Krista.
Just digital for now. This is just video camera. We always do a walkthrough with video and then pictures. So whenever you want to go in. So I'll just fall behind.
Welcome, Ganja Girl.
Holy crap, it's long here.
Let you have that back, or else I will steal it.
And I get to do it again.
Appreciate your help.
Anytime.
Monday at 3:32.
Okay. Sounds good. I unfortunately get to work whenever they tell me to work. Too bad the weather couldn't cooperate a little bit more.
Well, at least it's melting-ish. The drive up today was not fun. There may have been a lot of expletives there. Yeah. So they'll do the standard steps now. They'll come in, they'll do all the photographs, and then they'll set up the 3D scanner. So.
Okay.
I don't want to do anything for it.
I'm going to turn off my camera because...
So they'll do the standard steps now. They'll come in, they'll do all the photographs, and then they'll set up the 3D scanner. So.
Okay.
I don't want to do anything for it.
I'm going to turn off my camera because...
Well, okay. So that was the actual act of serving the warrant on Brian's apartment. A lot of redaction. They didn't even show it. Okay, none of it, which is a waste to me. And a joke, the whole thing. Excuse me. So, any thoughts? Nobody. What do you got, Moto? Anything at all?
Yeah, I think it was just a waste of their time. I mean, I imagine being the judge when you come back with absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And you're so positive that he's going to have something in there that's going to prove your case. But, I mean, you must feel pretty dumb after that, something like that.
I hope they did. Yeah, I hope they did. There was nothing found in that apartment. There was nothing found in his office at WSU campus. There was nothing found in his parents' house. Nothing. Nothing. Okay? A waste of taxpayers' money to do all this. And they found nothing. And I again, in my opinion, at some point, I think they knew that they weren't going to find anything either. I'll just say
Well, you
that.
think at that point they'd at least, kind of back off a little bit, like, instead of just keep pushing forward with it. Well, like,
right. Absolutely.
It makes you sick to your stomach, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. And yeah, Moto or Senior, I agree with you. There's a new book coming the end of this month. Okay. The 28th. And think about these new docs being dropped out of nowhere for no reason. They just come out of nowhere, right? The ones that we're looking at. And I agree with him. There's something else that's going to happen too. There's definitely something else coming. And it'll happen. This is what they do to distract everybody the way they do every time. Yeah, I truly believe there was nothing to be found. You're welcome to jump up here, Eddie, if you want to. But if not, again, we can talk from chat too. It's no problem. Yes, there is the new book coming, guys. It's pre-ordered. It's called Broken Plea by Christopher Whitcomb. I have it pre-ordered to drop the 28th, I believe, is when it drops, and I'll probably have it by the 1st of May, and we will be going through it. Lee from Devil's Advocates has had a chance to early preview it. He's going to be interviewing Christopher Whitcomb here coming up soon, and yeah, from what everybody's saying that has looked into it, it's going to show a whole different side to this case that he said is going to break the internet. So we'll see. And I think that it's possible that the book has been previewed by certain people already. Okay. So if they know that it's going to cause people that are probably guilters to look at it things a different way, they're going to do something, folks, to draw your attention back. This is what they do. So I have no problem doing the whole chapter by chapter thing, Jesse. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, Birdie's having him on his channel as well. You never know. I may end up doing the same thing at some point. So, just saying. All right. So, moving past all this, because we all know now this was a joke. Okay. Everything she put in this was a joke. There was no probable cause, and I'm gonna look into this to see if we can find any probable cause documented somewhere that she had to do this. And if we don't find it, I think we have a problem, you guys. Honest to God, I think we have a problem. Because I would imagine it would have to be documented somewhere. Somewhere. Because like Moto just said, so how do you think they felt when they go back to how this judge probably felt when they go back to this judge with nothing? That makes him look like an idiot. Because he just took their word on the fact that we got probable cause, Your Honor. Where is it? That makes him look like a failure, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. I think you agree as well, Moto, because it looks stupid.
Well, what do you think he's thinking when they go forward with it? Like, how frustrating would that be?
Exactly.
Knowing that you just gave them the permission to do this.
Yep. You gave them the green light on it, and they come out of there with 100% of nothing. Yeah. You look like an idiot, bro. Sorry. I hate this. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but truly, this is a judge that said, "Yep, I give you," and he sounded very confident on that phone call too, thinking, "Huh, they got him. This is going to look good on me." Until they come out of there with absolutely nothing, then he looks like a fool. So they all look like fools because she was very confident in this entire statement here, absolutely confident, along with her comments on the phone call. Nothing, you guys.
But who was supposed to be the adult in the room that says, "Hey, listen, like, okay, we've gone far enough. We didn't come up with anything. The DNA that was on the sheath was on a movable object. Okay, let's hit the brakes."
Prosecutor. The prosecutor should have stepped back from this and said, "We don't have a case here. I don't have anything to prosecute with this." Okay. And I see this many cases, court cases I've watched on court TV and all sorts of stuff. The prosecutor's the one that should have stepped back from this and went, "Nope, I don't have enough to prosecute. I don't." And we know they didn't. Okay. This minuscule whatever DNA on this sheet they thought was their whole game. And they had to create it, in my opinion, too. That tells you right there. That's whose job it is that, like you said, who has to be the adult in the room to step back and say, "Wait a minute, slow down. We don't have enough." That's the prosecutor, boss. And we know what he did. So we all know how this went. Like I said, this is a joke. She looks like the fool that she is. Okay. The Judge Libby looks like an idiot in this. Don Daniels looks like an idiot in this, in my opinion. Blaker looks like an idiot. Everybody that was there that day looks stupid, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Very irresponsible and untrustworthy. So, just saying. Okay, this is some more of that garbagey stuff I was talking about. Superior Court of Washington in for the County of Whitman. Complaint for search warrant. Oh, maybe this is it right here. Although I don't believe so. I think this is it. Okay, so I'll eat my words. I, Don Daniels, police officer, hereby declares under the penalty of perjury under the state laws of the state of Washington that I'm a police officer, blah, 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 blah. We don't need all that. Wherefore, complaints pray that a search warrant be issued for the purpose of searching the described defendant's vehicle oh no, this is for the vehicle. Okay. To seize any evidence of a crime, contraband, the fruits of a crime, things otherwise criminally possessed, weapons or other things by means, blah, blah, blah. We know what all that says. Will be found in the vehicle, the white Elantra, located at Washington State campus in the city of Pullman, blah, blah, blah. So that's her complaint for a warrant. Again, where is your probable cause to search the vehicle? Mandy Gillian, welcome. Good to see you. I don't see any. I don't see an argument as to why. Where the probable cause exists that you had to file a complaint for a search warrant on this vehicle. Anybody. I would love to see it. Oh, okay. Sluther. Oh, okay. Hold on 1 minute, you guys. Blaker is involved in everything, including the report of the sighting of the missing woman from Coeur d'Alene in October of 21. Guess who took the report? Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. I have to go back and look into that too. Thank you, Humblebee. Like your name, by the way. What's the date of the search warrant that they go into his apartment and then the December 30th? December 30th. That's what I was saying. Pay attention to the date for, Sausage. By the way, the link is pinned in the top of the chat. Sausage, you're welcome to join me up here if you're able to or you want to, as always. The date of the search warrant was that they served the warrant, I'm sorry, was December 30th, the same day that Brian Koberger was arrested, and then the date that they resubmitted his DNA. That's a good question. Damn it. What was the date that they resubmitted? Because I said this morning in my meeting with my the moderators, that this has been my opinion for a long time, that the DNA, and that's probably why you're asking too, the DNA that they find on the sheath, quote unquote, supposedly, may very well have come from that apartment. And I know people are going to argue with me about that. You can argue, that's fine. And I'm saying this respectfully, folks. I feel like it very well came from his apartment. If we can line the dates up the right way. Oh, you're on the treadmill. Okay. Preparing, huh? I get it. Trying to get your steps in so you can have your mint chocolate chip ice cream. I got you. It's all good. And the sheath was also signed out for 1 minute, then signed back in. Well, gee. That's interesting. Sorry about that, Randy. My apologies, bud.
I've always wondered if they just took a swipe from his door handle of his car when they found it, or they just took a swipe for a swab from his apartment.
It could have been any of that, dude. You're right. I said that once before. When the guy when they had his ID in his hand, did they somehow swipe it that way? I said this before, and I made it as a joke. I'm like, we don't know where the hell that DNA came from. They could have swabbed his asshole for all we know at any point in time,
To learn that they never actually took the physical knife sheath to have the DNA tested.
That's when I flipped
to
out.
offer him that's I don't know.
That's when I flipped out, dude. As soon as I thought, okay, I'll be honest with you guys. Whoa, where'd you come from? Hold on. Nope. I just had a bee fly in here. Hold on a minute. Gotta make sure that screen stays shut. Okay. So I thought from the very beginning, okay, that sorry, Humblebee. I'm sorry. I thought from the beginning when we first found out that the sheath thing, I truly envisioned that they packaged the sheath and sent it off. The actual sheet itself. And that's what I saw in my mind. Welcome, Halls, good to see you, dear. This is what I thought they were sending, prepackaged, sealed up, off to Author McGoes, whatever. When it came back, they sent a swab. I was done. At that point, I was done. And I said, that's not Brian's DNA. There's no way. Okay. I don't, and Eddie's in here. Eddie will verify. I don't think he believes that it's not Brian's either. This was a joke, folks. This was a joke, in my opinion. If they would have sent the sheet off, if they would have showed what they were doing, I mean, at this point, you need to video everything you're doing. I need to see it all because I
But
don't believe you.
here's the problem with that theory. It's like, yeah, you know what? It essentially, I mean, when they tested the DNA, it from what I understand from how Pav explained it, essentially the DNA doesn't match Brian anyways. So maybe it is the DNA from the knife sheath. I can't make up my mind. Were you saying something, Dago? You're muted.
I'm just talking away. Sorry. And so, yeah, it essentially, Pav's right about that, folks. If you go, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you're not muted.
Okay. Sorry about that. So that's absolute. And Eddie said that before. It's not his. I've said it. It's not his. It's not Brian Koberger's DNA that they have. Okay. How have they been allowed to push this through like this? That's the problem. But they've done it. It blows my mind. Hold that thought. You're allowed to. Please feel free to talk to the chat, buddy. I'll be right back, folks. Please excuse me. I have to run to the bathroom real fast. Too much coffee and water today. All right. Sorry, you guys. All right. I had to bring something in the house too, so my apologies. Are you still there, Moto? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dago, but I gotta bounce. My wife just got home.
Okay, bud. Well, thank you for being up here. I appreciate you always. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon,
Yeah, anytime. Talk to you later.
brother. Okay, so moving on. So this is all redacted stuff here, okay? Right here. We do have a redaction log. So there's a lot. There's a lot redacted, okay? This is all, anything blacked out is redacted. Okay. Cooperating with investigation, encourage justice for victims, their families, so on and so forth. Whatever. Okay. So this was what was seized. For those of you that weren't familiar, again, when they did do this, uh, um, serve this warrant. Okay. None of this. This is pathetic too, you guys. This shows you exactly. Do you need me to? Are you able to jump down, buddy, or do I have to remove you? Um, this shows you exactly what they did find and everything they didn't find, and how they were trying to make this stuff fit because it didn't. Okay. Amended copy of the item seized. Warrant served on December 30th of 22. We all know how that went down. This is for the people that don't know this already, that were newer to the case. It's interesting. 1 nitrate type black glove. 1 Walmart receipt with 1 Dickies tag. And that right there, people took that and ran with it, tried to stand, oh, he bought Dickies, a Dickies jumpsuit, and that's what he used when he committed the murder. Do you know what the Dickies tag is, folks? A beanie. A Dickies winter beanie hat that he bought because it was cold. 2 Marshall's receipts. Dust container from the Bissell Power Force vacuum, trying to collect hairs or skin cells that he may have brought back. And that tells you there that nothing was in the vacuum even. Okay. 8 possible hair strands, all negative. 1 fire TV stick with cord and plug. There was nothing there. Right. A runner wearing a damn beanie hat. Absolutely. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? Isn't it? So they tried to make these things fit, and none of them did. Welcome, Eddie. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too. Figured I'd come up here and say hi.
Appreciate you. This is all fun, isn't it?
Yeah. When they served that warrant for his apartment and they went in to search, that was like simultaneously as he was being arrested in Pennsylvania.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Same day.
So by that time, this thing was so on already. I mean, they all knew this was a charade. There's no way to prove it.
Well, that's why it's funny to me, because they beat on that door like the police do, screaming and yelling. They know he's in custody in Pennsylvania already when they do this. But okay, protocol is protocol. I understand. You know, the whole neighborhood. That was a show, in my opinion, for everybody in the apartment complex to hear that they were there to search his apartment, loud and proud. You know what I mean? To make the spectacle look even more, is all I said. And by the way, Sluther, I did get your gift, and thank you so very much. Wow. God bless, hon. I am super happy. But again, 1 possible hair, 1 possible hair, 1 possible animal hair strand. They were going to try to match that to Murphy. Didn't happen. 1 possible hair, 1 possible hair strand. None of that hair matched to anything except for him, or something else, but it had nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? 1 collection, 1 computer tower, nothing in there. 1 collection of dark red spot collected without testing. It was probably his. 2 cuttings from an uncased pillow of reddish brown stain. Nothing. Larger stain tested. Nothing. 2 top and bottom of mattress cover packaged separately, both labeled C, multiple stains, 1 tested. Nothing. That's a very good point, you guys. I was going to point that out. Thank you, Senor, for doing that. He says, I still want to know why these Koberger documents have documents about Kopaka if they're not connected. Interesting point, sir.
Dago, even though they didn't find anything, the fact that they just randomly collected, these items that seem interesting, they got so much mileage out of it in like the mainstream media and in social media, like chat groups.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, you're right. It's part of the giant propaganda train that they ran with the media to help to make him look bad. Right. You are correct. And look at this, folks. This is a full redaction here. Look. All of this is redacted, you guys. Why is this all being redacted when this case is over? This man is in prison and nothing is. Well, why do you. Okay, Eddie, and this is a dumb question, okay? I'm telling you right up front, so please don't be angry with me for asking you a dumb question. Why would you, okay, like 6 pages of blacked out redactions here. If you were a prosecutor, you prosecuted somebody, you put them in prison for the rest of their life, ×2 or more, why would you redact or hide anything in the case, in the case discovery or anything at that point?
Well, like you and Moto said earlier, probably, how come the judge isn't like embarrassed at this point?
Thank you.
Nothing was found. You're only going to redact something if it comes back to show the incompetence, or even more sinister, that this was like a group effort. It was planned. That whatever we're not supposed to be looking at would suggest corruption.
Thank you. There you go. That's what I was looking for right there. Thank you. Yeah, the PA warrant was served. They said December 19th, which it says that. But I think that was a typo. If anything, I think that's when they put the warrant together, Senor. But I thought that was a typo. This doc right here, warrant served yesterday. This doc is dated the December 20th. Wait a minute. It says that the date on that says the 30th. There it is. 12/30 of 22. That can't be a typo too. Huh.
This warrant that we're looking at, this is like the second warrant for the car, right? You were talking about.
Yeah, that was for
where's
the
car. the probable cause for that one? I think that's like domino. So the first one, she was able to, use the so-and-so said technique to get the judge to sign off on that one. And once that domino falls, then the following search warrants, they just become automatic. So the car one, you don't even need to have good language in that. It's just going to be granted.
That is correct, my friend.
And speaking of that first one you're talking about with Don Daniels.
Yeah.
It got me to thinking about, the analogy that I love to use is with Judge Judy, because everyone's seen Judge Judy, right? And if not, you should watch a couple of her shows. I think they're only like 30 minutes long, but I mean, you might end up binging, but because it's so good. But if you have seen Judge Judy, you got the two litigants up there, and if ever one of them says, that, well, so-and-so from home says that Dago did it, Judge Judy, she says, oh, well, if you say that so-and-so says, well, then that's good enough to me. That means Dago did it.
Right.
Wrong.
No, she don't play that way.
She don't play that game. And sometimes one of the litigants will even say, well, I have a letter from my doctor And Judge Judy says, well, let's have the bailiff bring it right up here since it's a letter from your doctor.
Right.
I'm interested. I want to read it because that's all I need. Wrong. Because she can't ask questions to the doctor based on a
Yeah.
letter that she's reading. So,
and again, she doesn't know that that doctor actually wrote that letter. That could have been a forgery. We don't know that.
Exactly.
That's how she thinks. So yeah, go ahead.
If we used her objectiveness as the standard, how much better off we'd be. You know what we need? We need observant judges judging,
doing their job.
judges who are judging.
Yeah.
In other words, we need her on a higher bench in the same courtroom judging the judge, John Judge, or Judge Hippler, to make sure they're, doing it right.
Right. Right. Let me answer a statement real quick, Eddie. I don't mean to interrupt you, but real quick. Chillin said, well, the guy that's writing the book doesn't know any more than we do. Well, I will argue this point with you, Chillin. He actually does. Okay. Christopher Whitcomb is a former FBI I think he was a profiler. Don't quote that one, but he's from the FBI, okay? He does know a lot more than what we knew. He had access to things we haven't seen, things that haven't been given to us, things that haven't been put out. That's how he did this. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't given out yet or put out yet and given up to the public to see that he got access to. So he does know, in my opinion, quite a bit more than what the public does. And that's where his writings came from. This is, again, based on my knowledge of what I read about him and things like that when I looked into this. So that I will argue, respectively, of course, because you didn't know that. But that is something that is going to be quite interesting with this book, knowing that he had access to those things. And it's it's going to be interesting, I think. And that's factual. But go ahead, Eddie. I didn't mean to interrupt you, bud.
No, you didn't. Yeah, we're talking about judges. And by the way, if that was what was happening, if only Judge Judy could have been in all of those hearings that we watched,
yeah,
she would have eviscerated both of them judges.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
And I know Judge John Judd gets a free pass because I don't know why. Everyone has a bad memory, or he's just better at like playing the part of a clueless dope.
He was very
He's
good.
laughing all the way to his retirement because everyone's giving him a free pass. But I'll tell you what, he was just as in it.
Yeah, he played that. I think I agree with this one. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, if it would have stuck with Judge, it would." I said, "Guys, don't say that because it wasn't to the point. It wasn't at the point that it was with Hippler with him. He would have gotten to that same. He would have got to the same entrance to the path that Judge Hippler took, and followed that same path. I'm telling you, I have no way to prove that. Okay, obviously. But I'm honestly telling you, I'm very comfortable and I feel very sure that he would have followed the same exact path that Hitler followed if he would have been left as the judge, period. That's just my opinion, but I'm very comfortable.
I agree, Diego. He was the one that says, let's say for sake of discussion, the FBI ran around the rules. Would that have any impact? Whose rights would be violated?
Right.
And Alyssa Massoff, she answers, Mr. Kohlberger's right.
Exactly. I agree with you. So, yeah. So it would have happened. If he'd have stayed the judge, he'd have probably been a little bit easier about it and a little nicer because of his personality. He's not as dry as Hitler and not as much of an ass as Hitler. But again, it would have taken the same path, in my opinion. This was not going to go to trial, no matter who was the judge. I don't give a shit.
It couldn't.
If God was the judge, and I don't mean that offensively by any means, this was not going to go to trial. No. Right. It couldn't go to trial, folks.
No. They did something that they were supposed to do to collect his DNA, and they know that, and they had that. And then I don't know what was on. I feel like that was what could have happened that weekend to make them change their mind and take the plea. I think that they did something and they knew that and they couldn't really get him. And I think Brian somehow felt responsible. I don't know how, but what I was going to say also is, how many times have I said there's how many agencies investigating this, and not one of them calls each other out for any of the weird shit that they want us to believe. If there's a different timeline that makes Brian fit, then let us know that is. Like, just say we fucked it up. But the thing is, nobody knows what happened except for Dylan and Bethany. Nobody writing a book. You know what I'm saying? Even the guy writing a book. How do you know? How do you know what happened? Right?
I have to interrupt you because you just made an amazing point without even realizing it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's how many agencies involved? I'm going to repeat what she said, and I want you guys to hear this. How many agencies involved, and not one of them called the other one out?
No.
Any of them. Okay. Think about that for a minute.
It's like, what in the
that
world?
should tell you guys something right there. Because, like I said before, I do not believe that 5,000 different police officers are involved in a cover-up situation. What I do believe is that there are people that go to work day after day and they punch their time card. They don't ask questions. They do their job and they just go forward with what they're told because they trust in what they're doing. They trust the people they work for. Here's the thing. There's probably a good 2 handfuls of people that do see things,
right,
and do know this ain't right,
right,
but they're not going to call each other out because they know at that point when they see this, in my opinion, they know there's some serious fuckery going on here, but I ain't saying nothing
because it looks pretty big.
because they're either in partly in the midst of it because they know it will affect them as well, or brothers in blue, folks. Remember that, brothers in blue. The blue wall goes up. You don't cross that path. You don't cover that. You don't go over that wall. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's just how this works. Okay. Sadly, but it's true. There are and I hate to say this, there's even good cops out there, good ones. There's a lot of them. Okay. That still won't step over that boundary, you guys, because of what the consequences can be. Yeah.
No one hates a great cop like a good cop, you know?
Right. And that's the SRB makes a great point. That's possibly why a lot of them ended up leaving because they knew, like, I don't want to be part of this shit.
Right.
I'm out of here. Piss on you. I became a police officer to uphold the law, not to play this bullshit game. And poof, they're gone. Okay.
Right.
They probably felt guilty in some senses and said, no, I'm out of this. I don't want nothing to do with this. You have some people that took early retirement. I wonder why. You have people that, in high positions that moved, quote unquote. This is a big one if you think about it. Supposedly retired and are now working in the same position in a separate area. Come on.
Yep.
I don't want to be tied to this when this shit blows up. Think about that.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yep. And it's like, if they do it with you, they'll do it to you. So it's like, you might be one day like a loose end or something. And that sucks because they rope some good cops into something that they don't want to see, and they see it. Think about it. Like, and they don't have, you know what I mean? Like, what is something that, and then that's not on, and then it sucks because, like, what do you do with it? Now you have this information. Same thing, I think, with Bethany and Dylan. They're the only 2 witnesses, in my opinion, that matter really and should tell us the truth about what actually happened. Because I don't believe what you're saying is weird. I would think fight or flight that you would run for your life if you saw a masked man in your house and you heard what we know was a fight, 2 major fights in your house. You're not just going to go to sleep. You're not going to pretend nothing happened. Like, something's up. Like, do you really know what happened or not? Like, or this timeline is not what they said it is. And these girls just made this shit up because they told them to or something. I don't effing know. But it's just weird to me that, like, they're not going to just ask the 2 witnesses what happened. What, you're going to make a book and you're going to make Brian fit? Brian doesn't fit in Dylan's timeline. Brian doesn't fit in the only witnesses you have's timeline, assholes. So, like, what are we doing? Like, you think we're the conspiracy theorists. What you want us to believe is the weirdest thing is a conspiracy because he's not John fucking Wick, and it doesn't fit. Not her timeline, not the witness that saw what happened and heard what happened.
Yeah.
Like, who you're going to believe? You're going to believe who? You don't even ask Brian what happened or whoever you think is suspect 1 or whatever. You don't even know who he's driving. You don't know anything, and you're going to just write books about it. It makes me crazy. That's what makes me nuts. It's like Dateline and ABC, like these they don't know anything, and they're not following the documents. They're not making any sense. Like, you're not following like what the witnesses say or suspect. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. Like they make them tell the truth. Like it doesn't make sense that they didn't call 911 for 8 hours. It doesn't make sense that they didn't hear what happened. If they were there, then you know they heard it. So like, let's stop fucking around, Dylan and Bethany, and tell the fucking truth. Because somebody's life is like is losing. He's losing his family's lost. You know, there's 5 lives lost here, or I don't know how many more because of what happened after this. Like you. And another thing, like you said, somebody brought up Kopaka. Why is he connected to this case? How is Kopaka connected, and why is he gone 2 days or 3 days before Brian gets arrested or whatever? Or I don't know. I feel like the timeline wasn't it like around the same time?
It
like,
was the 16th that he was murdered. I call it murder. And then Brian was arrested between the 29th and the 30th.
I mean, I just find it weird that like, you know, he's dead and one's in prison. Like, and then you have other people that have lost their lives. Like,
yeah. And I don't, if you don't, in the background, folks, all of this is redaction, this blackout stuff.
Crazy.
As I'm scrolling through this while she's talking, you can see this is all redacted. Oh, okay. Now it's not redacted, but like, there's so much of this.
Like, what is this? Huh.
This is all the WSU documents that came from WSU, and this shows you how closely they work together on this. Okay, all of these documents coming from WSU. So the date on this one. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I just have to say real quick. It's not reasonable to expect Dylan or Bethany to come out and like start yapping and telling everyone the truth, because there's an army of powerful people that are running this narrative, and they already know that if there's a leak, they will know where the leak came from and who leaked it, and they have a fix for people that open their mouth.
I know, but like, don't you think there's so much eyes on them that maybe if they get to the lawyer and go, hey, look, this is what, like, I don't want them, because one day they're going to go after you. They're not going to just let Dylan and Bethany go away. I don't think so. Like, I think that they should, there's so much eyes on them. If something happened to them, it would be obvious. Don't you think? Like, don't you think it's trying to protect it or no? I don't know.
They've already been, they're untouchable. They've already been, told that, hey, so long as you say this or that, you're good.
I mean, can you imagine?
Wink, wink.
Like, they have to go the rest of their lives not saying anything. Could you imagine you get married? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? You get married to somebody. Like, that's like something you have to like live with. I don't know, man. How do you sleep at night if you're lying? Like, how are you for the rest of your life? Like, you got to worry if they're going to come get you, or they're going to, this whole operation's going to blow up one day. Like it does. Like it always does every time, one day. And it's like, and then here you lied for 3 years. You lied for 3 years. You could have did the right thing. You could have came in. We could have protected you. Nobody wants to go in witness protection. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to do that. I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Okay. Do it this way. Put yourself in Dylan's place. Would you start like,
I don't know. I would. It would suck. It would suck because like maybe they didn't want to be there. Maybe they wanted no parts of this. And
I wouldn't go screaming from the rooftop.
What if they threaten your life or your family's life?
That's what I mean. Like it's like that sucks because like now like it just sucks for them to be stuck in this whatever the fuck it was. Because this is horrible. These slayed people, they're slain. They're not dead. They were like it was like a slasher movie, like Scream. It wasn't just like kill you and slash your throat and leave. Like this is crazy. And they were in the house and they have to just fucking live with that, whether they're lying because they want to or lying because they had to or lying because they're threatened. Like it's like. And then I
also think there were choices made with that though too. Okay.
So probably,
especially with one of them, I think she was involved, purposely involved, maybe scared or threatened to be involved, but at the same time, I feel like even if threats are made,
right,
I still feel like you have the ability to go to the right people and say, hey, this is what happened. This is what was said to me. If I say anything, you have to help me because I don't feel right about this. Or you do have an involvement in it and you kind of maybe like it. And therefore, in turn, you're not going to say a damn word either. It could go either one of them directions, guys. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like there's such loose ends, like this is a big it seems like a big deal. Like, and they're like the two loosest ends, I would think. And like, I would just have to, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make it so I don't get so mad at Dylan and Bethany. Like, cause because I just try to think, yeah, like again, he says,
let it be what it is, though, girl, because it is what it is. You can't really control that. You can't control what has happened.
Right,
You can't.
right.
We can't change it. Like I've tried, Eddie. Okay, basically. For 3 years, we were not allowed to talk about Dylan and Bethany because they were victims, okay?
Mhm.
And that was bullshit to most of us because we all saw what we saw. We all knew what we knew. And at some point, we finally all said, you know what?
It's weird.
I'm done. I'm done sitting on this.
Yeah.
I can't. I definitely can't call you a victim. I don't believe that you're a victim. I know you're not a victim. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like you are. And at that point, you did what you did, okay? You did what you did, and anybody else in any other crime anywhere else would have been shut down, called out, prosecuted, whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
Failure to do whatever you did. Okay,
Yeah.
and none of that. We can't deny that. So
Mhm.
you
Like,
just have to take it as it goes.
Like you learned stranger danger in kindergarten, right? So you saw stranger, shoot, that's danger, right? And then say you don't for some fucking reason. You don't see danger, but then you see your friend pass out on the floor. Well, in high school, you learn to check on your friend. If you learn that you can't be like drinking and pass down on the ground because you could choke and die. So the fact that she twice has not checked on her friends, but she called them, but they didn't answer Dylan. So how is checking on them? If they didn't fucking answer, then don't you think something's wrong? Because that's why they're calling, right?
But you're taking it at face value, like that's what really
you're
happened.
taking
That's
it like
just
it's real. That's not what happened.
Like, I know it's all rhetorical. I'm just saying, like, it's just weird. Like, you know to call 911, or at least you're calling them to see if they're okay, but they're not answering. So maybe they're not okay. So then
Because
maybe
they
you
knew.
go and check on them.
That's why I don't even believe that happened, Krista.
That's what I mean. It's like weird. Like, what really went on? Like, did you really see a man?
We'll never know what really went on.
We're not going to know that unless one of them breaks. Unless one of them finally breaks or something, we'll never know that.
That's what I mean. So, the fact that people already makes me mad.
Here's something that you can rely on to remind you the reality of this, okay? When we got the phone logs, the phone records for Dylan, we noticed she made statements more than once that she tried to call everybody in the house that night or that morning, right?
Yeah.
And then we get her phone logs and we look at the phone, the data from that, and it shows a call to Kaylee that registered at 0.000 minutes. Logan and I tried multiple ways and multiple times to make that happen. It never happened. Okay, I'll just put it that way. SRB and her daughter, Cassie, they did the same thing. It didn't happen. So that was either fudged somehow, or it just proves that, in my opinion, she dialed the number and hung the phone up.
Yeah.
That way it shows up in her phone,
right,
that it looks like she tried to dial the number even though she didn't. Okay?
Agree.
And so you got to remind yourself, that's why this is so fake.
But the thing is, though, like, okay, well, they didn't answer. So then if you're calling to check on them, why didn't you go and actually check on them? You would have seen that something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Again, you can't seem to step out of that box of believing this. Here's the thing. That's not how that happened. Okay, I'm going to tell you how. What I believe happened. They know. She knows. Dylan knew. Dylan was in that room, in my opinion, and saw her. She knew what happened, in my opinion. She was in that room. She very likely, Krista, she could have watched this all go down from standing to the side.
Well, you looked up 4 times. I'm sure you did.
It's not even that. That doesn't even exist, in my opinion, in my mind anymore.
Like, what?
She, in my opinion, could have sat on the damn couch and watched this entire whole episode happen, okay? Yeah. And this is the story she's telling. Remember that. This is a story she's telling.
It's so weird, though. It's not.
That doesn't mean it's true.
Sociopathic story. It just sounds not fucking real. Like,
because it's not. It's not real.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what in her brain who lied to her and told her to say this, because it doesn't sound normal that you saw what you saw, and
because it's not.
Who would run out and just feel safe enough to run downstairs? And then, like, if you saw somebody passed out and they're answering the phone, but you saw me as man in your house, and I'm sure you heard everything.
None of it's real. You have to tell yourself that none of this is real.
I know. He's out of fought for her fucking life. You didn't hear that? I mean, come on, like.
Right. Mama Bear,
Crazy.
hello, dear.
Love
Good to see
you.
you. We miss you.
Miss you.
And 42 months. Congratulations, ma'am. And happy Dagoversary. I think Mama Bear's coming up on her 4
Yeah.
years or if more. I don't even know. I can't count right now. But
Remember I
anyway,
thought she was your wife.
do what?
Remember I thought she was your wife at first.
Yes, a lot of people thought we were married.
Yeah, like is it?
I don't know how you all kept your mouth shut for this many years over
hard.
Dylan. It was not easy, Sausage. Don't get me wrong. That's why Sarge had so many issues coming in and out of here because he knew.
It just
Eddie,
doesn't make
I'm
sense.
sure Eddie even remembers that way back then. Sarge knew the whole time, and he would just get pissed and leave because I was like, "Now, come on, Sarge, we can't go into that because we don't know this and that." And he was like, "God damn it, Dago!" Poof, and he's gone.
It just
So,
doesn't. There's no excuse for. I can't imagine any excuse for 9-hour delay. And then you tell me all the things that you heard and saw, and I'm like, and the public didn't know all that. The public just thought somebody walked by her with bushy eyebrows, and she thought they belonged to the house, and they were both in a room in a faraway galaxy where nobody could get to them.
What you don't know because you came in later is in the very, very, very beginning. Okay, and again, Eddie will remember this. We were told, and I know you guys are going to remember this shit. We were all told that the roommates did not hear anything. They had no clue what happened. They didn't hear anything. There was no sound. They were sound asleep. All of this, every bit of this happened while they were sleeping. Blah 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 blah. That's what we were told.
Right.
And little by little, the truth, more of the truth, came out as we went on. So, a story, I shouldn't say a story, but the truth in a case like this doesn't change. Okay.
The fear state never was mentioned. The fear state, the shock state they told us they were in was never even mentioned at all on the body cam, on the interviews. Nobody ever said that they were in shock from fear.
Because it never
made
happened.
us believe that for 3 fucking years.
Law enforcement did that. That was law enforcement that put that out there.
Wrong. Like, because that didn't make sense either. Like, you're a big girl. Come on. There's 2 of you.
And again, like I said, that was never stated. We saw all their interviews so far, almost all.
Yes.
Law enforcement added that to the scenario so that it would play out. That'll tell you, and Eddie's been saying this from day one. This is not real. This is not what it is.
No.
This was 100%. I can't even think of the right way to state this. 100%. This is like a movie that was produced, basically. Okay. 100%, every bit of it, and it's proved. It's been proven now, and there's still. This is the thing that pisses me off the most with this. We have sat here for 3+ years, going through this, going over this. Eddie has notes from day one, almost. Okay, that he refers back to points that were from December of 2022, early December, even earlier than that. And points back to these things that we were said and told, that we were shown, that we talked about, that we broke down, every bit of this, all of this.
Yeah.
None of it's real.
No.
None of it has been real from day one. Okay. And as you'll hear him say repeatedly, the jig is up. It's on and running at this point. Eddie likes to say at this point, when such and such officer gets to the scene, it's up and running. They're moving forward with their plan. Everything's rolling. Okay. That's what this is, guys. It's not real. That's the hard part with this.
You have by now you have to be able to see that Dylan's statement was coached or coerced.
Yeah,
both,
I mean, like,
but
100%.
She is being used.
Yes,
she is involved by force, and no matter what, she's going to stick to her story because it's not her story.
Right? It can't be. It doesn't make sense. You didn't hear that and not run or get scared or, you know what I mean? Like what?
Okay. Did you watch the body cams? I'm sure you did if you were in here with us, Krista. But
yeah,
Nunez's body cam. You watch Dylan tell her story 3 times.
Yeah.
The pretty much at 4 a.m. story. That's what we call it. Okay.
Yeah.
She goes over to Nunez and Jack Decor starts walking up the hill towards her. She runs up to Jack and she goes into, full blown production right there.
Yeah.
Okay. She's telling her story. She's putting on her show that she wanted to put on for the 911 call, but the 911 operator wouldn't let her. So anyway, she goes into full blown production. Nunez hears her and says, "Hey, come here."
Over here.
Brings her over there. She does it again for him the same exact way, very dramatically. Okay. And it's all you can tell how fake it is. But anyway, that's besides the point. But she does it again.
Nobody wants to be around her. That's why they're like,
And,
why you didn't call 911? Like what?
and then you go into the interviews. She goes down to the police station after that and goes right back into part 3 of her production and does this multiple times the same way. Okay.
Sounds so rehearsed when she says it at the interview.
But
you got 8 hours to rehearse this.
She's
Think
a pretty
about
good
it.
actor. You got to say that. I mean, she's no Claire Foy, but
She
she's
is.
still pretty good.
It just, but yeah, but your story's making no sense to like a normal person. Like you need help if you can't decipher reality from, and maybe they're making her fucking think she's crazy. Maybe her reality is something different, and they're making her think something's good. You know what I mean?
Doing
Maybe
a pretty good job for having no rehearsals.
Listen,
I mean,
whether
she's
you
doing
want to
it.
believe this or not, Krista,
Like,
this
you know?
it's just it is just what it is, hon.
Yeah, I know. Like they're just telling her that didn't happen, Dylan. And she's like, well, that's what I saw. Well, no, your reality. You know what I'm saying? And so now she's telling the story that
And Krista, in her interviews, she answers, and I've said this before, she answers these questions with every answer you can give. Yeah. Did you see this happen? Yes, no, well, maybe, yeah, I did. Well, I don't remember. I don't know. Every answer you can give to a question, she answers every one of them like that.
Well, you know how your head just makes things up, and you know how sometimes you just make things up in your head. You're like, no, I don't know that. Sorry.
It's a dream. It was a dream, and then it happened, but then I don't think it did, but maybe I think so, but it was a dream. Every answer you can give to a question, this girl answers, and that was to protect herself because she didn't really give a solid answer on any of it, did she?
No, like she went off script a little bit, I guess. It sounds like
she did not give a regular, solid answer to any one of those questions. She gave every answer you can give. You can't hold her to any of the answers at that point.
No,
think about that.
She was. I think she should have just said I was on acid. I was on acid. I don't know if it was real or not. Sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe because that's kind of what it sounds like.
It's all insanity, and it's proof.
It's all excited utterance. Come on.
Yeah. That's true too. It's a good way to, it's actually the best way to put it.
It's the weirdest thing. I just never heard of that until this year. Utterances.
I've never seen any of this before in my life, ever.
No,
okay.
We never.
This was one hell of a production, folks. I'll tell you that much.
And not one of them says, why didn't you call 911 sooner? Not one detective, not one interview, not one goddamn body, not one police officer.
Because they knew.
They're in on it too.
They know.
No, but like the rest of us are like, hello, that doesn't make any sense, but nobody's saying anything, so we're all
sticking to the script.
It's weird. Like we're all just like, come on, man. Like
I've moved. Like, it took me a while too, but I moved past that a while back to the point where now I truly know it is what it is now. So
like, and then it just throws in our face. We see like their cell phone records, and we're like, oh my god, now you're telling us they didn't, and they were awake. And we're like,
here's the problem with it. Listen, you got to understand this.
Where's their bosses? We call that.
There's nothing. It doesn't matter to them because they have him in prison. He's convicted. It's done. There's nothing. They can show us everything. It's not going to change it. Okay.
Doesn't matter. So, he pleaded guilty. That's what they say. How do you know he did it? Because he said he did. Well, that you didn't know that for 3 years. Like, how do you know?
Because they don't have any other proof.
How did you get his DNA? How did you know to go to his dad? Because you illegally obtained it somehow through what you weren't supposed to or whatever. I don't know what they did, but like they did something fucked up that they had to take the death penalty. They had to do that plea. And I don't know if they had him by the balls or not. So I don't know.
No, they didn't. This was the plan from the beginning. I'm telling you, this is what Bill Thompson was going to do.
Like they couldn't reveal how they got the DNA. So it's like they can't take it to court. There's nothing they throw it out, you know.
They played a game. They made the world believe that they had all of this evidence on him. They ran this through the media. They ran the propaganda day after day after day after day after day after day until Brian was already found guilty in the court of public opinion. Okay.
And I just have to back up one second.
DNA out, it wouldn't fucking matter.
Go ahead,
Krista,
Eddie.
You said that DNA, his DNA on the sheet. That's not his DNA.
You don't think it's not? Is it?
We have to. We, as you know, I mean, we're already a small minority group, but we have to get in the practice of saying it that way. That it's not his DNA. I mean, if you need to watch Pavarotti.
No, I believe you. I believe you. Like, so they know
of that. He breaks it down so clearly, and it makes it easy to follow and understand. But that family tree thing with the 4 brothers,
like, makes no sense, right?
Yeah. If you watch that video,
Yeah.
then you'll know that it's not even his DNA.
That's crazy. That's fucking
It's
crazy.
really
that
not.
that was the one thing that we all misunderstood for so many
Yeah,
years.
like I'm really like, okay, well then what wow, okay. Then now what? Like what in the world? Like what in the what? So why I'm speechless. Do you hear me?
Because you're not supposed listen.
I'm speechless.
You're not supposed to understand it. That's the whole point.
So why
Okay.
not go with the blood? Like I'm so confused. Why wouldn't you then go test the like why weren't we going after those people?
Because they're not supposed to.
That's fucking retarded. I'm sorry. That would be like, what in the world? Like the rest of the world is not gonna you had blood of other people and
Eddie,
you decided
Eddie,
to go
explain
this
this the way you I know it's been a long time ago how you
I
explained
know,
it.
I'm sorry.
But please, you're okay. I understand. A lot of people are like you with this. They don't get it. But
Rhetorical.
Eddie, because here's the problem. Because it's hammered into your mind that you should believe these things. That you look at it the way and you're let me say this real quick. I'll forget it. If you your mind is trained to believe the things that we're told because it's what we want to believe, one, and two, it's what we're supposed to believe. But it's very hard for you to accept what we are seeing because it's not something that's supposed to happen. That's why, okay?
Really weird.
Now, Eddie explained this a long time ago, and it really made a lot of sense. A lot of people are like, "Oh my God, I get that. I understand." So, if you don't mind, bud, could you please explain it the way you did? I can't remember how long ago, and explain what this is about, how this is, and how they did this. How I can't think of the way you said it, or I'd do it myself. And if you don't feel like it, it's okay.
I gotta try to recall what it was that I said. What your
basically the explanation to what this whole thing is.
Like a silo or something?
Like Mama Bear just said in the chat, it's 100% fabricated. Okay.
Like yeah.
The whole damn ball of wax is 100% fabricated. So in turn, you need to imagine somebody wrote a story. Okay. This is the best way I can think of to say this. Somebody writes a story and then they put a play on for the story. Okay. Jack and Jill went up the hill. I'm just being dumb here, trying to think of something quick.
But who? Yeah. Like, I mean,
hold on. So they wrote this whole story out. I'm not saying this is how they did it. I'm just giving you an example of how to understand it. This story's written. It's turned into a screenplay. Okay, because this happened in real life per se.
Right.
And they put this production on. That's why I keep saying it like that, for the whole world to see this after the fact. This is how they covered this up. And during this production, they're putting out, as you noticed, the originality of this from the very beginning. We get one story, and that's where our minds went immediately first and got stuck there, so on and so forth. As the years rolled on, little by little by little by little, the script changed to fit the public opinion, okay? To keep people looking in the direction they want you to look in. And it's all fabricated. None of this is real, okay? I hate to sound that way with it, but truly that's what it is. It's not what it looks to be. Now there are pieces of reality and pieces of like legality sprinkled into this to make it look real. But it's not real at all. None of it, okay?
Like how do they get the timeline wrong? Like how do you get the timeline wrong? Because that's the only explanation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and they just, I don't know. They don't know what
you're missing the point. They didn't get the timeline wrong. They lied about the timeline.
But why? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Who murdered
to follow the narrative?
On, right? They put the replay on, but who's doing the murdering? Who's doing it? All of them? Are they all?
Whoever committed the crime, whoever that actually was, that we probably will never know for sure.
They all have to be in bed together because, I mean, honestly, like they have to work. They all have to keep.
You only need to have a handful of people in bed together,
right? But
okay.
The general public shouldn't believe the narrative because it doesn't make sense.
Well, we're supposed to. That's the problem, though, and that's why we get bucked all the time because we don't.
I know. I hate it. I give
up.
Now,
if this was a real deal case,
this
would have been shut down almost 2.5 years ago. I'll tell you right now.
I know.
But it wasn't. Okay, SRB, no problem. But it wasn't because it's not. This is a planned out, played out, and it's changed throughout the past 3 years to make everything fit the right way. to keep this same damn narrative running in the same direction is all it is. Okay.
Right.
It is the hardest thing in the world to explain because we are not.
Well, yeah, like, well, think about it. Like, a lot of people had to get also lost their lives after this, probably to keep that narrative going because they were a part. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing I'm saying. We're not bred to be this way, to believe in
No.
things like this. We're not
It's
bred
not.
to see things this way. But if all you got to do is step back from it and look at their mistakes. These aren't mistakes. These are purposely done things to make this be what it is. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Too many weird things, too many things getting lost and shutting down, and people getting, swatted for no reason. And it's like everybody's okay with the narrative that one person did it at this time. Everybody's like okay with that, and nobody's listening to the actual fucking witness, like, who said she saw the man. It doesn't look like Brian at all, like at a certain time for 20 minutes. Which
she never saw him, though. That's the thing.
She admitted. I'm just saying, like,
she admitted she lied about that.
That's right. You're right. It's just so weird. It's just so fucked up. It's just really fucked up. And I don't know, like, I know. Like, this is just watching this. I'm like, this is what they gave you. This is what they gave us. Really?
Absolutely.
That
is absolutely what they did. And you have to. And here's the thing: is if this would have been 25 years ago,
we would have believed everything.
We'd have never known.
Nope.
Okay. Nope. Because we didn't have the access that we have now.
Exactly.
We may have questioned a couple things, but we'd have never known this. Like, we have this resource now, the internet, and all these other resources that are at our fingertips now. We'd have never known this 25 years ago. Period.
I know. Think about it. Like, literally, we believe that O.J. Simpson was able to do what he did. And then now we look now, and it doesn't make any sense that he could have done that by himself.
Because
he didn't
do it. His son did it. That's my answer to that. His son did it.
It's like, how much were we fucking thought for 1,000% thought this motherfucker was guilty, and maybe he is a little bit, but like, we just believed something that's fucking impossible because we didn't have the access like we have now to see what the crime scene would look like. We just thought he's a slasher. Again, he's not John Wick. Like. And it's like with Brian, like, I don't know how, I don't know, but like I said, like, whatever happened, somebody had to double cross somebody, I think, in this whole who's ever in bed with each other, because I feel like, maybe everybody's hands are tied because holy shit, like, now what? Like, I don't know. I feel like
Lucy, I love it. I love you.
Covered in 2 vials of blood.
Dude, I love it. Anyway,
that and the other guy.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. And I only got to say,
I'm sorry. This doctor.
You are going to drive yourself insane.
I know.
If you listen, let me finish. You're going to go absolutely insane if you keep trying to make this real in your mind, because it's not. Okay. It's like taking the story of Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf and trying to make it real life. You can't, because it's not a true story.
It's just
okay. You cannot take fiction and make it reality. You just can't do that. It doesn't happen.
No. At
some point, you're going to have to process this to the point at some time and say, you know what? As much as I don't want to believe this is what happened. It wasn't real. It's a complete total scam and a cover up, period. And then once it processes, it took me a long time. It did. Once it processes, you'll understand it now at that point, and then you can just relax and breathe, because I get your frustration and your questioning and all that stuff. I get it.
It just like
it takes time. It will take you time because you believe in the system. That's all there is to it.
They have a lawsuit, right? They have a lawsuit. They have to try to prove what happened or didn't.
That has nothing to do with this. This lawsuit. The lawsuit has nothing to do. Truly and honestly, it doesn't have anything to do with this over here. If you look at the big picture of it. The lawsuit is about money at this point. It's a $400 million lawsuit.
They can't win. If to win,
they're not gonna win. They're not. There's no way they can win this lawsuit because they're trying to. Hold on, please. They're trying to make WSU liable for what Brian Koberger did. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No.
It's never going to happen because, one, Brian Koberger didn't do it. That's one big major thing. Number two, anybody could do anything. You cannot say because he went to school at your college and you were warned that he was not like everybody else, that you should have removed him from the school and this would have never happened. That is the biggest ball of bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like saying a dog, folks.
Right.
You have a dog that bites people,
Yeah.
and people know that they bite people. This isn't even going to be a good one. I can't think of a good one for this because there isn't one. Okay,
It's
it
you
doesn't
did
make
that.
any sense. And yes, Scott Peterson won his appeal. Interesting. So
Oh, I heard.
again, I could explain this to you every single day for the next 5 years, and
I
you'll
know.
never get it until you process the fact that this is
Well,
not a real situation.
I know, but now I have to like process the fact that Scott Peterson might not be guilty, and I believe that for a long time too, which is fucking I almost I
Well,
believe Brian Koberger was guilty because as much as I believe that Scott Peterson was guilty, right?
what does
But
that tell you, though?
it makes me mad.
Okay,
'Cause
wait a minute. Look at this. Let me give you this to look
Yeah.
at and think about.
How many
We
we had?
saw what happened. I know you followed the Karen Reed case. You saw
Yeah.
that happen.
Oh my
But
god.
you've learned about Delphi through me. You know what happened there. Okay.
Yeah.
You've seen this case and you know what happened there. I covered another case that I'm telling you is completely backwards from what they've given us, the Kylie Rodney case. That's
Mm.
not what happened with her.
Mm.
The Deborah Collier case is definitely not happening. What this happens on a daily basis. It's not abnormal.
crazy.
This is the norm now. Okay. There are no black and white, cut and dry criminal cases anymore.
How
They're
many
just
of
not.
them? I believe there's so many in our lifetime. Like,
And you got to start seeing it that way, hon, because it's
weird.
not.
It's fucked up, though. It's just fucked up.
Life is not what we think it is anymore. It's just
I
not
know,
at
I know.
all.
Look at me. I'm like the one person that's like reality is so different. I'm like, but like I'm just thinking like, holy crap.
But reality is not reality anymore.
Do you guys know the difference between reality and fiction?
No, I don't anymore. I don't.
I do.
don't anymore.
Fiction has to make sense.
I mean,
Reality doesn't. Bingo. That's a good way to put that, buddy. I like that.
I'm just
Reality and the difference between, and you have to think about it to make it make sense, Krista. But
like, you know, Charlie, and like then now you gotta make me with Charlie Kirk. It was a 30-06 in his head, and it stopped him. Like I don't
have you
know.
heard the new news on that bullet doesn't match the rifle? So there you go. So
It still doesn't tell us what he was shot with, though. You know what I'm saying?
I think he was shot with a 22.
Probably. And there's
A high powered, like a high. I think Eddie and I had a show on that one day. We talked about, but I think he was shot with a high powered 22 round.
There was a cop that was in the audience that said he thought at first that it was a shotgun, not whatever you said, a 22, like a cop, like he thought it was like a security or a cop, like shot their gun at him. That's what he said first in his head.
The hole. I can't get into that today because it's a whole different show. But the hole was not big enough for a 30. That if a 30-06 round hit him, that would have been gone. I'm just anyway. But congrats,
it's the only one in history, like the only one ever in history that was able to stop that bullet. Never. Like
congrats, Christina, and happy day anniversary on 2 months. I swear it was longer than that too. But thank you very much for being part of this.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna learn about the Kylie Rodney case.
My brain is everywhere now. Let me slow myself down. So, okay. This, where are we at? But anyway, what I was telling you is the only way that this is going to make sense to you ever. But, all right. So this goes on more about the, on 12/29. This is the day going into the night going into the day that Brian was arrested. Okay. Our department was advised prosecutor Dennis Tracy would be writing a warrant for our department to serve regarding the Moscow PD homicide investigation. I was provided copies of the warrant and the application for the warrant to review. So that application, in my opinion, folks, should have the probable cause and where the probable cause comes into play and why. I don't believe it does. Okay. For the warrant to review, as well as the statement from Sergeant Dustin Blaker of Moscow PD, transferring the probable cause to me. I read all the documents, and after reading, understanding, and agreeing with them, I signed a copy of the application for search warrant and sent it to PA Tracy, public attorney, the district attorney there in Washington, to put before Superior Court Judge Gary Libby, which is the judge that Don Daniels talked to on the phone. At approximately 28 hours, I was notified the warrants had been signed by Judge Libby for the residence of the suspect located at Steptoe Apartments and for the office located at Wilson Short Hall, which was his office at WSU as the TA. Approximately 22:38 hours, I was advised by Sergeant Blaker, the suspect, Koberger, had been taken into custody in Pennsylvania. Okay. 21:28 hours is when the warrants the notification was put out that the warrants were signed. And at 22:38 hours, Blaker was advised that Brian Koberger was arrested. Look at the time, guys. It's within minutes, an hour, okay? Literally an hour and 10 minutes. This all took place within. Same time. So I was advised there was a team coming from Idaho to sit on the 2 locations in Pullman until we served search warrants. I was told the warrants would be served the next morning on December 30th of 22 at approximately 0700 hours. When the teams from Idaho arrived for the office space, I let them into Wilson Short Hall, where they would stay to watch the room. The 2 who I led into the hallway near the office were Detective Snell, Detective Lehman of the Idaho State Patrol, and they advised the team was already set up near the apartment to watch the residents. At approximately 0650 hours, WSU Police Sergeant Kelly Stewart, Officers Joe Kirshner, and Dylan Tideman Mueller, and I went to Steptoe parking lot, waited for MPD to arrive. When they arrived, we briefed the officers on how we would make entry into the apartment and clear it. At approximately 0714 hours, I put us on emergency radio traffic. We proceeded to the landing, knocked and announced on the door. After knocking and announcing 3 times, we keyed the residence, held it at the door, did another announcement before entering, and entered. We saw all that happen. They cleared each room, exited the residence, leaving the front door ajar. During our entry, the bedroom in the northwest corner was found to be locked. We had to key into the room. I know based on my experience, WSU often secures any rooms in an apartment not being leased. In this apartment, there are 2 bedrooms and only 1 subject on the lease. It is for this reason, I believe there was no one residing in the room, and it had been accessed by the resident of the apartment. I also observed the room appeared to have been vacuum cleaned and not occupied. I advised the crime scene techs of this after we exited the apartment. We also noticed while clearing the apartment, it was sparsely furnished. The fairly empty of belongings, including no shower curtain. Jesus Christ, with the shower curtain in the bathroom, and the trash cans appeared empty. After exiting the apartment, I stayed near the front door, observing while the Idaho crime scene techs took over documenting the building. When they were ready, I made entry with the team who did the video documentation of the residence. I read the search warrant out loud on my body cam, which was later downloaded to digital evidence. And once they were done filming, we stepped outside so the residents could be photographed and documented. All crime scene logs, photographs, filming, and collection was done by ISP technicians, and I remained on scene with them during this process, observing. One of my biggest things with this, you guys, my biggest issues, is there was no body cam footage turned on while they were searching this apartment.
Is this supposed to be Brian's apartment?
It was Brian's apartment, yeah.
Why are they saying it's 2 bedrooms? Do you remember it having 2 bedrooms?
Because it had 2 bedrooms. One of them stayed locked. He could have had a roommate. And
I don't remember that. Okay, I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah, it was just, he was only using the 1 bedroom. The other bedroom was locked and clean because they could have put somebody else in there with him. But it was a graduate apartment. Like, when you're in graduate school, they give you these. So, anyway. Now, what the hell was I saying?
Yeah, where's the body cam footage, right?
That's it. Why did they, when they searched this apartment, why did they not have their body cams on?
Good question.
Anybody, tell me why you wouldn't leave your body cam on while you're searching through this apartment.
Nope. It should get thrown out because it doesn't exist.
It should be thrown out because there's no proof that they were in that apartment searching.
And what they did or what they told.
Other than what they documented. There's no visual body cam for any of this, you guys. And I don't trust that they didn't walk around with a swabbing shit and then send that off to Othram and say, here, this came off of the sheet.
Yep. There you go. Fucking right there. Exactly what you just said. Exactly.
That's exactly what I believe. I truly believe that that's what happened at this point.
Because why not show us? What are you hiding? Why are you not? You know, this is the goddamn murder of a quad. So you think the worst case ever, and you choose to not put your body cams on. Why? This is the guy that you think, like, you know, the crime of the century. You know what I mean? But you're not going to put, and then his apartment, you're not going to put body cam.
Here's the thing. If you're so positive and so sure that you have enough probable cause that you're going to pull all the shit out of this apartment you said that you were going to get, then why didn't you leave your body cam on?
Right.
Because you knew.
There's nothing
I think they knew they were pulling nothing out of here because they knew at that point what they were doing, okay? Period. I'm not going to go through all 2,500 photos. There's too much dumb
mean,
shit in here. It's not worth it.
crazy.
So
His
there it is,
mom
folks. This is
was
my
like,
opinion as to what truly happened here. That they went in and they swabbed anything they could have swabbed anything. His fire stick, his drain, his chair, his couch, his refrigerator handle, door handle, whatever you wanted, and sent that off and said, "Here, we found this on the sheet. Prove to me that that's not what they did. Any one of you, please."
Exactly.
Nobody can prove that to me. Nobody will prove that to me.
It all should get thrown out. The DNA stuff should get thrown out. This should get thrown out. I don't know why he didn't go to trial. I mean, I know like a death penalty hanging over your head is easier to fight when it's not hanging over your head, a death sentence. But like, I don't know, man. It just gets crazier and crazier. Like,
I mean, is there anybody else in here that disagrees with me as far as what I just said about the sheet, the swabbing, the apartment, any of that?
I mean,
And if you do, guys, we can talk about it truly, and I'll listen to what you're saying, and process it. But at this point,
they're in
my
their
heart of-
swabbing shit. I mean, how do
hold
you
on,
know that
hold on, hold on.
accidentally send it out? You know,
1 minute, 1 minute. In my heart of hearts, folks, I feel like this is exactly what they did. That they went in, swabbed something of his, sent it off, and said, "Oh, this is what we found when we swabbed the sheath."
Yeah, I mean, God,
There was no proof of any of this. None of it.
Exactly. When did they get to do it? This is exactly when. When did they get like DNA? Right here, right now, when they have no body cam footage of a goddamn thing they did in his house.
And they can also say they can put a timeline on when they got the DNA. They can put a timeline on where they pulled it from, when they got it, how they got it, all of that. I don't give a shit.
They don't
I
even
don't
have the
believe
right,
it.
like, yeah, they don't even have the right death times. They didn't. Oh, noon. Oh, they got it noon. They don't have the right anything. You know what I mean? So what the hell? It's like it doesn't really matter. You know?
Now the rest of this. Oh yeah, this thing here at approximately 2:08 hours. Okay, the crime scene text and I took a break. Everyone exited the residence, and Officer Aaron Lang was left guarding the front door. During the time we were gone, no one entered the residence. We resumed and the search when we finished our break. While searching the apartment, we found a round padlock in the entryway closet, which again they found nothing in there, folks.
Right.
They found
The
key for the lock. See, the key for the lock was also located on the TV stand in the living room. Everything was left there, nice and neat. And they found nothing, guys. They found nothing. She was dead set on that locked storage closet that she was going to find something. Nothing.
It was pretty boring. His apartment, pretty freaking boring. Except when we got to his books and his papers, that was interesting. But
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what they found in his apartment. This list right here, and none of that turned out to be anything. Like I told you guys earlier.
There.
Oh
my God.
Let me see here. I didn't get a chance to go through as much as I wanted to, but I figured I would hit this today because this is important. I have more to go over tomorrow. Was there any threat to the public? We would be joining Moscow PD and releasing information warning threat in a statement posted WSU. Yeah, no. Okay.
No threat.
There's text messages here between Chief Jenkins, a bunch of stuff that we're going to look at, but a bunch of this we're not going to look at because a bunch of it is just garbage. So, so where are we at time wise? Yeah, we're about there. And then this shows the background on the that's what I was going to show you guys. The proof, okay, that when everybody tried to say that Brian Koberger was fired from his job. Let me show you something. Mr. Koberger is no longer enrolled as a student at WSU. He had completed his first semester as a PhD student in WSU's criminal justice program. Earlier in the December, federal law concerning the privacy of student records prevents WSU from releasing additional information regarding Mr. Koberger at this time. So, on down. Let me find it here. I can't remember what number it was. It might be in the wrong thing. This might be the wrong section. There it is. So, here's what truly happened to Brian. Okay? December 30th, 2022, Brian Koberger was the addressee. Okay? This admonition is to inform you that
Mhm.
you have been trespassed from all areas of Washington State University campuses. This includes all buildings, sidewalks, breezeways, courtyards, access roads, parking lots, and any other Washington State University campus
Mm.
property. This admonition is effective immediately and will continue until pending student conduct charges have been resolved and you have been given permission in writing to return to campus. Doesn't say anything about termination here. He
Right.
was suspended from the grounds until this was cleared up, if ever. Okay. And
Right.
it says trespass means that you are privileged to be on or in the area listed above has been revoked or denied by WSU. If you're found in the area, blah 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 blah. So what would have, if say for instance Brian would have been let out on bail, he could have went to WSU with like a security detail with him or some being
Yeah.
walked through by WSU police or something like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, there's nothing in here about being terminated from his job. This
Right.
was another lie they told to make you look at him like a bad person.
Right.
He was just trespassed, which is protocol when something like this happens on a college campus anywhere, to be honest with you,
Right.
because there were charges put against him and they have to protect the students.
Well,
So he's
yeah. I
trespassed.
mean,
He was
yeah.
not terminated from his job.
Right. And like, where's all this? Like, oh, Steve says there's all these complaints on him before the crimes happen, and there isn't
There's
any,
no
right?
yeah, that's what it's called, an emergency
Yeah.
suspension. That's all it is. There's
Yeah.
no proof that those complaints came out before.
Exactly. So that's going to show up that none of them were before the murder.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean,
But
there
that's his big
one or
thing. That's
two.
his big thing against
They
WSU.
weren't
You know?
filed. They weren't filed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, you know what? Like he said, it's a big thing against them. That's their fault because they knew. Well, I don't see them. I want to know where they're at. Like, how do you have a lawsuit?
You're
when-
not
know.
gonna find anything
right. Well,
because nothing was filed or processed until after he was arrested.
so this is like such a weird case. Like it's such a bullshit case. I don't even know how it was even able to go through.
I'm
Like you said,
guessing
how
that
can they prove it?
I'm
right?
guessing he is Moto because of the way this happened.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Getting
sure that
guilty.
he's probably permanently suspended at this point because of the conviction, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet on that.
Crazy because like where's the actual letter that says he's like not able to ever come back? You know what I mean?
There isn't one.
Right. Like he could
There's
still
no
have-
there's no termination letter. There's no permanent letter that
Right.
says you can never come back. So
right. So he's still like
I'm gonna stop there today, guys, because it's 3-hour time mark. I'm gonna start with these conversations tomorrow, be Jenna Hyatt and all that stuff. That way we don't cross over and get confused on anything. Eddie, do you have any last words to say before we go forward on this, bud?
No, I don't think so. But thanks for having me as always.
I agree. I'm sorry we didn't get into other stuff with this, but understanding this is very important. A lot of people don't. And yeah, I mean, would he still be employed? He should be, unless
Yeah.
we've seen a termination letter. I've never seen one. So good point, Moto. Good point. Thank you,
Yeah.
Krista, for joining us
thanks
as
for having
well.
me.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry that you struggle with this. It's just
No, you know, I blame you guys. It's okay.
it's all good. It's all good. Hey,
Love you
Fizzy.
guys. Appreciate it.
But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it here today. And like I said, we're gonna jump into the rest of this, more of this tomorrow. And he got an emergency suspension. Yeah, exactly, Senor. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you, the mods, as always. And tomorrow we'll see more. Like I said, I will be with I believe. Let me check something real fast, you guys. Yep, I will be at Crimes After Dark tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come on by to say hi, hey kitty, I'd appreciate you. And make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out the door if you have not yet done it. Share this out. Nothing but love to each and every one of you guys. So very much appreciated. Thank you again, Sluther, for the amazing gift you sent me. God bless. Thank you to anybody that has supported us in any other way except for the like button, but we do appreciate that so very much as well. You guys are beautiful, folks. Don't change nothing about yourselves, please, because you're beautiful the way you are. And don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
The coffee's cold, the final stain. We laid the map out in the pouring rain. No hidden corners left to creep. The dark truth woke while the city was asleep. The evidence lines up straight and true, a perfect picture of what they chose to do. The quiet street erupts in flashing light, a reckoning delivered in the night. SWAT serves the warrant, loud and clear, the sound of justice, the only thing we hear at the TruCrime Cafe. We watch the suspect finally pay. The dark truth is backed and signed and sealed. The wound is closed, the name is finally healed. It's finally healed. The cafe's empty, closed for the night. We put the darkness back into